You gotta have that sweet thorax. Then you got six limbs. You got mandibles and you got wings.
But
dragons don't have an abdomen.
But are there non-insects with 6 limbs?
Or I mean, like arthropods are,
they got like fucking arthropods
like,
are big. It's also insects.
Well, it can include insects, but it also include arachnids, which are not insects.
So you got 8. You got like the fucking lobsters and shit. They got 10.
10? Oh my god. What's wrong with them?
Okay, I can see that.
Decapods.
I mean, you could argue that a kangaroo technically uses its tail as like
centipedes and millipedes and stuff aren't like they're like in their own little category.
Mm-hmm. They got like a bunch of them.
I like monkeys.
I get some millipedes.
They're clearly. But if you count the tail, dragons have 7. So.
The tail's not a limb though. That's just the end of the spine.
It's the end of the dragon. It can be prehensile.
Sure, but
what defines a limb?
Yeah. Does it need an elbow sort of mechanic? Is that a limb then? Is that the prerequisite?
I don't really want to tackle this guy.
It's something that you could probably find if you read any biology textbook.
I only have this Draconomicon.
No, biologies are terrible at actually making definitions of stuff. Because there's so many animals that everything has exceptions.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like D&D. Everything has exceptions to the common rule.
True, yeah.
But that doesn't mean we should discount the general rule.
Like Magic the Gathering.
There's a feat for that.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, 3.5.
The feet, extra limbs.
Oh, there's a whole source book for it.
Extra limbs, source book.
Yeah.
Splat book, extra limbs for all your extra limbs feats and equipment.
350 pages. Thank you very much.
$40.
The Limbo Man.
I call that my Warhammer Mutations book.
Yeah.
The greatest book you'll never need.
I mean, if you use that book and then also multi-class into wizard and fighter, you can like dual wield 7 great axes.
But be shit at all of them.
I don't know. 3.5 has enough crazy combinations that who knows what a book of limbs could do.
What's that thing people say about like they make like a horse that has infinite everything or something like that?
There's the muscle wizard.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it the guy who has to get like a disease?
Yep.
He has to like stack.
But thanks to his magic, he's immune to the negative effects of it, so he can get infinite strength, according to the rules. So he can one punch the universe and just he becomes One Punch Man basically.
Back in my day, wizards who wanted to become muscle wizards had to cast Tensor's transformation. This is bullshit.
Yeah. No, you just needed to contract a nasty disease and be a wizard, and then you're invincible in 3.5.
I'm sure everyone allowed that.
Yeah, no, there is. When you read it, you're like, huh, and then you're like, yeah,
let's
this
just
is
play 3.5 with rules as written, and then you no.
It really is a good argument for why rules as written is not the best, the best thing to go for in all circumstances, because sometimes the consequences get kind of weird.
It shouldn't. It should be a fine thing to use. Like, you should be okay to play a game as it's written.
This is why Dungeons and Dragons is Satan's game.
Yeah, that's right. Because you have a wizard with literally 10 billion strength.
Which you mean?
When you think about all of the rules lawyers, they go to hell. So makes sense.
So you have contract devils. Pathfinder came after 3.5, and they have contract devils in them because at that point, so many rules lawyers are sort of passed through.
Yeah.
Probably from heart disease and other nerd-related problems.
Triggered rage for someone skipping a rule. We still get comments, by the way, on early videos of things we do wrong with the rules. These are videos from like 6 years ago, and I'm like,
But you know what? Debate in the comments. Please.
Yeah, please post all your rules lawyering in the comments, and I will thoroughly ignore it.
No, but
you can't play a dragon, actually. That's against the rules.
Actually, yeah, it's great.
I am the rules.
That's right. There's a great T-shirt at the sci-fi bookstore in town, where it says "DM by chance, evil by choice." It has a D20 on it. It's pretty good.
My internet is being weird. Okay.
And people,
Evil is my lifestyle. Like, this was a conscious decision I made.
Exactly. There's that old Spoonie rant where he discusses who would self-identify as evil. Like only the most insane people would do that. Like who goes around and be like, I'm evil.
I'm a bad man.
Yeah.
Please kill me now.
Yeah. Is there a server, perchance?
Yes, I have said so. There is a server.
Wonderful.
It exists. People are on there.
Yes.
I must have missed the roll call for that.
You're gonna need some time though on the fucking sacred oils and unguents to load this caverns map though. I got the transfer window open, and none of these files are that big, but it's because he's in Denmark.
Oh.
What does that mean, Valky?
I was wondering why internet was being weird, and it was because it was downloading stuff.
Oh yeah, this is a
I was like,
I'm imagining an exquisite cavern.
It's the finest dwarfsmanship.
Yeah.
It's a single token in 6 million definition.
I tried that once. It did not work. Will not recommend it.
It takes forever. No, don't do that.
That's
on the wall is an engraving of the token with 6 million dimensions.
Oh.
The Java is striking down the token.
You click it, a second goes by, and then there's like a blue screen.
Yeah.
This engraving refers to the incident in 2000.
With tokens and Java, I have constructed a tesseract.
I call this the hypercube. Yeah.
A real-time simulation of the entire universe, thereby predicting the future as it happens.
Like that's what Veristrix's lair is going to be. Like we all know this. It's a fucking hypercube.
You go in there and suddenly everything's upside down. You're like, why is this the way it is? And he's like, it has always been that way.
There's going to be a portal leading to everyone else's lairs.
Yeah, it's like those Escher paintings with like stairs going everywhere, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. A hypercube and a bunch of Rube Goldberg machines everywhere. That's his. That's his lair.
I like it.
You damn rubes.
Meanwhile, Tyraxos is sitting in a bunk-ass sand cave somewhere. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're doing.
Oh yes, I remember this place. It was great. All these dreadroot tubers laying around here in this owlbear cave.
Yeah.
Oh yes, owl bears.
No confirmation of owlbears.
I'm a big fan of owlbears. I respect them for the dangerous murder machines they are.
Sure you do.
The last time
he may even identify as an owlbear.
I have something to tell you all.
Panda owlbear, however.
Hooger, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Hooger. Motherfuckers, I'm here to throw down. Come at me, bros.
Hooger.
Yeah, Hooger. I will say that last time I threw a owlbear at my players, they laughed and thought it was cute. And I tried to explain that it's actually a horrid monstrosity that will kill all of you, but they didn't believe me. Yeah.
Is that the... Oh, right, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you do.
Because I just absolutely murdered it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like this. I'm killing it. Bye.
Poor owlbear.
Trying to feed it food and just trying to kill us. I'm like, no. It's evil.
Oh.
Just trying to feed its family, the poor owlbear.
Yeah. It was stuck in a tower and everything.
I mean, you could give it a piece of bread, or it could have you and the bread.
Yes, have you on the bread. Mm.
I mean,
The owlbear food pyramid is adventurers, and then
Yes.
given rations.
as far as hybrid animals go, like owls and bears aren't the most scariest thing. Wow.
Aren't
The
they?
most scariest things. No, imagine like a vulture and a lion. Like that's a hybrid.
No, that's comical.
You're comic.
A vulture lion would be hilarious.
What the fuck?
A vulture lion.
You're
Lion
comical.
vulture. I think you would say lion vulture, though.
I mean, there is
Are
a
you
griffin.
just-
That's like a lion
just-
eagle.
Are you just mashing Spider-Man villains together? What are you doing, Jonas?
What? Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Uh,
More like a wasp leech.
yeah, that's
It's
nasty.
like a sturge, you know.
Yeah, or like a lamprey and an octopus. So like every tentacle is a lamprey.
Why?
Yeah.
That's called an aberration.
Yeah, you're like, ugh, no, I don't want
It
that at
should
all.
beg to be killed, but it
Yes.
does not.
It is one of those things. If you see it, you just have to kill it immediately.
It's the reason the
Some-
right
some-
to bear arms exists in D&D.
It's because of the
There's a
lamprey
fucking-
octopus. Lampropus. Octoprey? Hmm.
No, octoprey,
Yeah.
because it has,
Yeah.
8. Anyway,
Yes.
Yeah, session.
yeah. Shall we do a recap? You up for that? Been 2 weeks,
Oh gosh, it has.
which might be an eternity for role playing games. Yeah.
Gosh. I'm struggling to remember.
I mean, we started with clearing out the tower,
Yes.
where there were still a bunch of ogres and dudes left.
Yes.
And I believe we did that successfully, considering we're still alive. Oh yeah, it involved... did we kill them in the tower? Oh no,
No.
we killed them on the cliffside, right.
Yes, it was an extensive fight that lasted for some time as we came at them from like higher ground and flew down, said hello. It was a very lengthy fight.
And we've also talked, well, not all of us, but Veristrix mostly, talked to the Mad Wizard.
Yes.
And he told us how futile life is and how nothing has a point. And Veristrix offered him a point, and he was not very excited, but he came along anyway.
He came anyway.
The three dragons who weren't Vertilith then
had him.
also discussed where to live. They stopped telling the orcs and hobgoblins to clean the camp because they moved shit up to the tower. After, and Veristrix inspected the teleportation circle.
Yeah, the camp, I mean, it has served its purpose, but I don't think any of us actually have any great feelings about it. But as for the recap, we met with the wizard, we killed the last of the ogres on the cliffside, and that was most of it, I believe. Afterwards... Sorry?
Velignif is so damn interested to find like a pathway into the mountains that we went to like the area that could possibly have like a cave, which was down at this little grove area.
Yes, exactly. Because the Promised Passage is flooded, and apparently it's impossible to unflood until people arrive from somewhere, however long that may take. So we're cave diving for caves.
Except not in the cave with water in it, where cave diving would be the...
Yeah, no, that's a stupid kind of diving.
Yeah, delving might even be used for that. The first thing we should do though is someone should roll me a hero because we need one more. One more person. Hopefully this will be a competent one because it'll be a recruit for the Dragonborn Warlord who is here to ensure that dragonkind do not rule and take over this land.
Right.
Because
I'll
he comes
roll
from
one.
a place where they did, and that was not great.
Give us something hilarious, Jeep. That's
2.
probably good.
Sounds promising.
2.
2.
I mean, the question is, are low numbers bad for us?
Yeah, exactly.
Or good for us?
Yeah.
Or bad for them, rather?
Or just random. Who knows?
Low numbers are always bad for
Okay,
someone.
it is an edgy person.
That
They will never ever have friends ever.
That's the worst thing you can have for someone to come with the Dragonborn.
Alright, so we have
Probably
an
also
edge.
wear entire black. And,
Yeah, does he have fake fangs?
has a dead family and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. He's
the
up
dragon
revenge
killed
or
his family.
something.
Well, at least that's what he tells
he
everyone.
believes. Right,
In reality, he just left because
in reality, he's just he grew up in a very safe home with parents who loved him. Rich middle class. He has it really good, actually.
Feel attacked. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we get.
It's not a phase, Mom.
You might as well just roll like any shape.
Right. 16.
I feel like we have 16s before.
Yeah.
Yes, we have gifted.
Oh gosh.
Sure. Okay.
2 orders of attitude better than
He
us.
is,
He's like a first level wizard who then multi-class into rogue.
he has to be
And fighter.
a drow dual wielding ranger.
Okay.
Oh, great.
He has to be.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess that's what he is then. Edgelord Darkmaster. That's his name.
Well, I guess.
Yes.
He grew up in a was adopted by 2 really nice human parents, but he has to go out there and find his dark nature.
Exactly. I was sort of like Gesh, really. He had a really nice life. He just didn't like it.
So,
Okay.
Manaki, do you have a list of these heroes that we made, or is this something that would only come up when we actually encounter them in game?
I sure have a list of them. Right now they're just fucking about, being heroes, having
Yeah.
small things they're doing while we wait for dragons to care about them.
Okay. Fair enough.
Though all of them have a reason that they want to get you.
Hmm.
So what does Edgy mean? He doesn't have any friends. Okay.
Yes.
But he's teaming up with the warlord.
He will be on the party, but not because he likes them or anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's one of those people. Okay.
Tsundere Ranger.
He'll be there, but it will not be.
Well, that sounds like a weak point to be exploited. You don't like these people? Why do you sacrifice yourself for them?
Go. Yeah. Beyond that, however, we have some goals.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have a free one that I would like to use to suggest that we siphon some of the slaves from the Serpentine Earl because he has a lot of them, and I'm sure he won't notice a few going missing. And we need more people to just do stuff for us. So that would be something Veristrix would like to pursue at some point.
Seems like a good goal.
Yeah, seems fine. We have some people who can fight, but we need people who can work.
Yep. I believe we also talked about a goal to just basically clear this of owlbears or something with the owlbears at least, because we're doing it right now, so we might as well have a goal for it. I don't know what we intend to do with them. Veristrix, I mean, he has no plans. He would probably just get rid of them.
So I just need to. The first goal here you want is it to conduct a slave raid against the Serpentine Earl? Is it to acquire manpower? Like, what is the actual goal?
It's not a show of force. I don't want him to know what we're doing. I just want to grab some of his slaves and take them for ourselves. So I mean, yes, a raid, but not in the like, hey, we're here and we're stealing your slaves. More like a covert, like, let's steal a group of these people for our own uses.
So, like, steal slaves from the Earl without him knowing. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I mean, without him knowing is I suppose, yeah, the goal.
All right, that's gonna be a hard goal.
Yeah.
Being sneaky is hard.
It is.
You want us to steal something without telling someone else or without them figuring it out?
A
Heist.
we're not very heisty. Well, we could try, I guess.
Yeah, well, you guys can always, it's a suggestion, you guys can always modify it. Like, we can just make it, just steal them without...
I'm fine with just stealing. Making
Alright,
it sneaky.
well, Malachi will just make it stealing them, regardless of whether he knows it or not, it doesn't matter. Just steal some slaves.
Steal slaves from the Earl. That'll be a medium.
Right. And at least if we mess up, we still finish the goal, regardless of what happens. So,
Once you get away with slaves.
well, yeah, that's what I mean. So that he knows we're doing it or not.
Yeah, which leaves one more. You want to kill owlbears.
Yeah, unless someone wants to do something else with them.
Subjugate. I would really like to have some owlbear guardians.
Do you have any nature skill whatsoever?
I mean, if I can have an angry owlbear at the entrance of my lair to guard against intruders, that'd be pretty sweet.
Owlbears are cool. But I think if they would fit to anyone, it would definitely be to Rexos. Like, for Velignos ideas, they seem too flammable.
Oh no, my owlbear burned.
Burn my owlbear.
Oh no.
Doctor.
I mean, who in this reality has owlbear enforcers? That can be you.
Yes.
That should be the goal.
Owlbear enforcers.
I mean,
Owlbear rolls
I'm
up
up for the
in a van
yeah.
with some clubs.
Well, they are the van.
Yeah. Owlbear mounts for my.
You already have a
hobgoblins.
medium goal to acquire or recruit enforcers.
Yeah.
So if you have it as kill, then either or, if we recruit them as enforcers or kill them, we're achieving one of our goals. So,
Though enforcers are people who are capable of enforcing, which probably owlbears. Recently captured owlbears would not be entirely trustworthy.
Not the type of malleable to this suggestion. I don't know how to train an owlbear, but I'm willing to try.
Okay. Will the goal be train an owlbear, or would you rather?
I want to acquire an owlbear.
oh my god, okay.
I want to carry an owlbear in my claws.
I like the word subjugate, though. I feel like that's really Tilrexos.
Beat it into submission.
Subjugate.
Oh my god, how is this gonna work?
I don't know.
At least one.
At least one.
Owlbear.
Preferably. Like, Tilraxos is like, I know they have to breed somehow, so I probably need another one.
There's probably many in this cave. If it's a breedable couple, I mean, think about it. Owlbears.
Tilraxos just comes out with this idea, and Bears is just like,
that's a. To consider that.
that way you can have owlbear children.
Yeah, if
Tilraxos at this point would know that it takes at least 3 people to reproduce. Otherwise, the hobgoblin would have multiplied.
It's true. It's true. There's something with this hobgoblin that is weird. I have 2, but they're not making more.
And the dwarves said there was some sort of bullshit that Tilraxos doesn't understand, but maybe owlbears. That way you can you can have a flock of domesticated chubs.
I'm gonna say subjugating is a medium.
I mean, the dwarves, as far as Tilraxos go, spring out of the ground. Like that, they just pop up like mushrooms. Like, yep, that's a dwarf. Hobgoblins, it's weird. They're he doesn't really. He's clearly told them to make more, but they won't listen. But if we can get some owlbear here, some owlbear chicks or cubs or like some eggs, maybe, there's potential here.
The problem is that you can't trust Valignif around eggs. He has a proven track record of ruining eggs.
Yeah, everyone off the eggs.
I mean, but how will you know how these ones taste?
You didn't eat the last ones anyway. You just petulantly broke them.
I could have a sky fleet of murder eagles at this point, but no.
At this point.
Yeah.
I don't think things multiply quite as.
What have you brought to our monster hordes, huh? I'm trying my best, goddammit. Hobgoblins and orcs and like stray creatures.
All right. Is there any of the old goals you would like to abandon?
We're not going to fix that old camp anymore, are we?
Might in the future, but it's one of those things I can do in the downtime. I feel like I can just go over there and move something over. Bring the hobgoblins in.
Maybe like an outpost. Yeah, like a toll station.
Yes. But that's like the Earl, I feel. Like that's what you're gonna have a toll station. I don't know. The Earl is in the way.
Let's go ahead and abandon the goal. If that way we have a blank slot depending on what we accomplish today. Sure. And if you guys ever want to redo it and plan on getting it done, then it can just be added. It'll be our first abandoned goal.
It's solid reasoning there. I agree.
Abandon the goal like we abandoned.
Dragons don't really. They don't really care that much about repairing the old camp. They're like,
And
they really care about things that say ogre.
Ogre.
Now an owl ogre, that would be something.
An ogre.
That's like the Moonkin. That's what they are. Ogres.
Now, what is Tilraxos going to call his baby owlbears? That's what really needs to be decided.
Yes, he will think about this.
All right, let's subjugate owlbears then.
Sweet.
So we were heading into this camp, Valignif fresh off of his compulsion being activated, the light being shed by Vertilif's shield of silver light. So moonlight was coming through. The owlbears were reacting to the light, and they all suddenly fell quiet. The sounds were coming from fucking everywhere, basically.
Well, from here and from here.
Everywhere.
Well, the English was compelled to charge in there and see what's up. So he's going to see what's up.
He was going to just run in there.
Well, not run, but lead the charge.
Without a care in the world. He was the word.
Only in destruction is the truth revealed.
Poor owlbears, they don't deserve this.
Poor owlbears, poor Valignif.
It's going to be an anteater situation, I feel.
Into the dark cave, but at the end of it, he sees some glowy mushrooms.
Ooh, and a hole.
And what seems to be a hole.
Holes are a good sign. They go down.
Astute observation.
Vertilif moves, peers her head around the corner, sees the light.
Tyraxus has a suspicious eye behind him. He doesn't trust. He heard a hooger from up there.
Yes, we are going to just roll initiative, really.
All right.
I feel like you're not going to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Can an owlbear be stealthy?
In their own house.
This is my house, and I'll be stealthy if I want to.
Look at Tilraxos here, crushing initiative.
For the first time ever.
What a showing.
Yeah, it's a natural 20 on my initiative.
Holy shit.
Aha, I knew it.
He was ready. Tilraxos was ready.
Jesus Christ, he looks so angry.
Yes. a heap of muscle and feathers. Massive owl-like claws at the ends of slightly winged sort of front legs. A large face with a tiny beak. that all the same lets out horrible screeching sounds. The creature has massive eyes, and, well, it seems almost like a tank made of muscle and death.
Oh, good.
Tyraxos was just looking that way as the thing came around the corner and meets the small beady eyes staring redly as its tiny beak clicks a few times, ready to devour this dragon.
Yeah, no, that's
He's reminded suddenly that he's pretty young, and
yeah, this thing is
he'd like
pretty
to get older at some point.
this thing is pretty big, and Tyraxos is kind of alone back here. He does know that we have strength in numbers. Usually, that's how we win. So, I am gonna back up a little bit. Let me see here.
I'm sorry, what? You're gonna back up?
Yep. Yep. Back up a little bit here. But I am going to prepare an action. Ooh. I guess I was snapped back.
Someone must have been touching you.
Don't touch me.
Not allowed to move.
God damn it.
Ah! I am going to prepare an action, however. Let's see, I'm gonna move here. And that is to make a charge attack if the owlbear crosses to here, roughly. So right below me with the charge attack.
He hides behind the root.
Yes, he retreats in a little bit. Birdlight is good at taking the hits. He is gonna slide out of the way a little bit here. See if he'd rather not fight that thing alone. He's definitely not gonna go out there to poke it.
The owlbear, seeing its prey enter further into its nest, will move over here. And then it will charge.
Yep.
Vertilif slowly swinging her head.
It walks over there, and then it sounds like an owl screech.
Yep.
To go here, you get to move down there. I don't think is that. Don't you need to charge 10 feet? Or like 2 squares? Or
2 squares. Well, yeah.
It probably would end up being the moment that the owlbear crossed
you're
into a
probably
legal
here.
charge.
You must
You're
move at
busy-
least 2 squares from your
Move
starting
it to
position.
here, or like here.
Okay,
That's fine.
that's fine. Smack into
flanking
it from
position.
behind. Yep, I'm fine with that.
Roll your attack. You get to do it before it gets to do it.
Yes. Let's see here. Good old charge, Macro. You and me, we're friends.
Propitiating the charge.
You need to, let's see. I'm charging, which means I have a bonus to hit.
When this owlbear crits me and rips off a fucking limb, I just I'm one-winged now.
You know?
Just-
And we'll have to decide if the tail counts.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, Vorpal owlbears. 30 versus AC and 20 damage.
30 does hit.
Yes, yes. I will also let Ilona Dread Smite on that as a free action.
Give it a little bit more damage.
Yes, and 5 ongoing.
It did I only give it 20? Yeah. Yes, you hit the owlbear, sort of spraying and scratching at it, finding its body almost hard as rock.
Yeah.
From just plates of overextended muscle. If an animal has ever looked like it went on steroids, owlbear's definitely part of that. So it will do its attack on this. This is just a single basic attack. Claw.
It misses.
It's a miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vertilus, like, wide head, like, swings, and then more like the owlbear's, like, claw goes over it, and she, like, looks up, like, fuck.
Distracted by two action perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just like, oh, I'm glad I'm behind you.
Verlif, like, it takes, like, a free action to blink, like, what the fuck? She, like, looks at this. We had her check for identifying owlbears last session, so she looks at this, and she had it in mind prey, but she thought prey would be a bit smaller than this, and so she's like, huh. Really big prey. Okay. Well, that's great. A minor action will be spent to give myself some temporary hit points. A move action will be converted into a minor action to mark the owlbear. And then probably a standard action attack, because she doesn't want that shit to happen again. Oh, hell no. Is to spend 2 power points on a Twisted Eye attack against the owlbear. This will be at a +2 to the attack roll due to combat advantage, so 27 versus armor class.
27 versus armor class will hit.
Alright, 14 untyped damage, and the target is blinded until the end of my next turn.
Nice.
14 damage and blinded.
As, like, she, like, lashes out, like, with psionic energy, because no, Prey is not supposed to do that to her. It's gonna be the end of my turn. That's right, Train. Prey's not allowed to do that, Train.
The nest.
It's the owlbear train, let's go.
Sees Valigneth. As he sort of moves in and turns his head, he just sees, like, half of it and its eye. And as the eye meets, it lets out a screech and sort of barrels here, breaking the root with no problem.
So that's an owlbear.
Good luck, Valigneth.
As it will spend its standard action to do a double attack. Just 2 attacks.
Oh, great.
We keep fighting enemies that can double attack.
Yeah, it's really okay. That's
Okay, one hit. That's actually not that bad.
Right, as it grabs with one paw, or like smacks him down a little bit, and then try to grab him with the other one to sort of with the intention to bring him into the beak.
No.
Sadly, that does not succeed. Then it spends its action point.
what?
Like, give us a kiss.
And then it tries to do it again.
Oh gosh.
It really
That
wants-
misses. That
Oh,
misses.
nice. Valigneth blocking like a boss up there.
The shield, please.
You see sparks flying as the owlbear like gives these
like
huge
that.
swaths.
Yeah, just hitting like the wall. And
Yeah.
Just, oh. Well, Valigneth is gonna. Do I have enough action for this? Yes. First of all, he's gonna heal himself with the Rune of Protection, because he wants the. That's not the right aura. Let me switch that. Because he wants to be healthy and also have the bonus to health. Because I believe I'm going to be staying here a bit.
We'll see.
Then, let's see. Then he's going to smack this owlbear with his trusty anvil. Anvil of Battle. As battle is joined. And rolls a natural 1.
Well,
You did that a lot last session.
That is good. Did we get action points?
No, we only had one fight last session.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a minor and a standard. He's just going to take a step back, shift.
sure.
And that'll be his turn. He is, yeah, he's confident.
Right, Rostrix.
Well, I was gonna try and move the owlbears together, but I can't now because you're in. Manaki, question: do these owlbears have reach?
Yes, but you do not trigger attack opportunity from reach. Only from
Okay.
adjacent squares.
So their basic attacks have reach.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if I get him And reach is also calculated diagonally as well, or?
Yep.
Is it same amount of squares either way?
Same.
Yes.
Yep, so that would be 2 squares.
Yeah. Okay. Veristrix. Okay. Veristrix is going to cast Betrayal on that owlbear up there. And use 2 power points on it. Let's see. 2. It's 1. 15 versus will.
No, it shrugs off the mental suggestion. Basically, just almost blocking out its own mental sort of thought process with the loud, like, owling screech.
Okay.
Screech roar screech.
Well, he'll move down here then. That's him.
Alright. Relax.
I've blinded it, Toraxos!
Yep. It is time to strike. Tyraxus will use a minor action for Draconic Virtue, giving himself some temporary hit points. Yes. And then we are going to work on this owlbear. Tyraxus will use his daily Frenzying Smite on it in an attempt to do a lot of damage. Now that he is blind and also has the attention of Verdlith, this seems like a good time to use this. I have combat advantage. Yes. Ugh, it's probably a miss. 22
It
versus
hits.
AC. Oh, okay. Excellent.
22 is pretty good.
37 damage. I can push the target, but I will choose not to. I think it's pretty fine where it is. I do grant combat advantage until the start of my next turn, but hopefully that is fine since the owlbear is, well, blinded. He is still not. Okay, well, I will use my action point. Whoop. And I will strike at it again. This time with a vengeance. I see, he is blinded, but I do provoke if I move out, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You would.
Yeah.
He just has -5 to hit.
Yep, that's fine. Vengeance strike gives me a damage bonus, a combat advantage.
And you could step back and then step back in next turn if you wished.
Yeah, no, it's that's fine. Let's see, combat advantage, yes, yes. Yeah. Let's swing. 25 AC and 27 damage. That's it. Just rips into the goddamn thing.
Action point attack.
Yep.
Sure.
Oh god damn it! I've tried my best, but nothing is working. Yeah, no, T-Rex is done with that.
Think of all the pillows you can make out of this.
Yes.
Alright.
Certainly true.
5 ongoing.
Yes! Haha, I blooded it.
It's bloodied. And with that, it lets out a horrible screech.
Uh-oh.
Targeting the 2 people next to it.
We're both stunned. No, I'm stunned.
I am fine. Yes.
Oof. Yeah, you would have a +1 from my healing, but that won't much. Not against 22.
What does stun do to me, Manaki? I grant combat advantage, can't take actions, and can't flank. Got it. Answered my own question.
Yep.
Thanks, Manaki.
No problem, really. Yeah, given that it was Tilraxos who did this to it, I think it's gonna attack Tilraxos then. So turning around in its blind fury and flail its claws at him. So these will be a -5.
Shouldn't they be -6 because of the effect of the twisted eye also? That was like -1 per adjacent ally, right?
Let me check that.
Yep.
I mean, they don't
Yes.
hit. So
That is correct, Sheep.
perhaps, yeah. Then it will.
Double flail.
Yeah. Then it will try to shift over here to like basically like moving away to like it can't see anything and it's like freaking out about that as it's beginning to get bloodied and enraged. It'll try to make a save, and it is no longer taking ongoing. Erlith,
I make my save. I don't. I'm still stunned.
Right, and it is no longer blinded.
No longer blinded.
Oh, it's stun saved ends. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
it's stun save ends.
Still marked?
Yeah, still marked until the end of the combat.
All right. This Halldamir.
Or unless
Right.
it downs me.
You, me, Owlbear. Come on. Bring it.
Attack first. Claw.
On it. Okay. It's fine. I've got 2 healing surges.
It really wants to hit with both of those, but it doesn't get to. So, yeah, it'll stay there. It'll miss.
What do I do here? Let's go on the offensive.
Hold it off. Keep
And
it in place while we try to kill its friend.
Yeah, you know what? Velagnev is like gonna step into the center of the little tunnel here. He'll like spread his wings a little bit because honestly that thing is huge.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll seem huge. And then he'll do total defense.
Alright.
But first, before doing that, fire.
Yes, just to entice it.
Yeah. 22.
Nice.
There we go. See, he theorized these things are flammable, and they are.
Most things are.
Forest tricks.
Just gonna move here, and is this 3? Yeah. Just gonna blow some psychedelic breath at this Owlbear. 19 versus reflex.
Yeah.
6 psychic damage.
Great.
Then he is going to let's see here. Yeah. He's gonna thrust into the Owlbear's mind and try and break it apart from within.
Yeah, that should do.
Yes.
That certainly hits.
Yes. 16 damage. It's actually max damage, even. And he has a -3 to his will defense. Which he will use because he's going to action point and do it again.
Could you
Alright.
try to debuff his attack, maybe?
21 versus will, 14 damage.
14 damage.
Alright. It's very strict. Yeah, he used his bonus, so he can't do anything else. Yep.
Reckless.
I mean, it should be pretty close to that.
Guess we'll see. Let's see. Verlith is stunned, but Tyrannosaurus will work his way down here. Try to work into the position a little bit. Let's see. I do not. Did the Owlbear save from the smite?
Yep.
Okay.
Did.
Oh well. Let's see. Random strike against the Owlbear.
Flanky either.
No, I am not. Unfortunately. Let's see if I can hit it anyway. Yes, I believe I
Yes,
can.
it looks like a hit.
Yeah, 15 damage on the Owlbear. And that is it.
Right.
Actually, yeah, I can lightning breath. Why not? Yeah, let's lightning breath.
I think in our next campaign we should play owlbears.
Yes. 20 versus reflex.
That hits.
10 lightning.
When a Thayan wizard has taken 4 owlbears to...
I'll be an owlbear wizard. I will have a small hat. Yep, I'm done.
I mean, it'll attack Verlith. It is marked, and Verlith is in the perfect position to be grabbed by an owlbear. Surely, with its +2 from combat advantage, it can manage to do it. As a hit, I believe, and
Oh my god!
and a crit.
Great.
Which will then deal max damage instead, which is 17 and 11, which is a total damage of 28.
That's a lot of damage.
And it grabs Vertil with its big, claw, paw, hands.
Oh, 60.
And sort of puts Vertilith in his little mouth.
Okay.
You are... do I have a thing for that? Grabbed? Don't think I have a thing for that. Let's just go with immobilized, because that's what grab actually does. Except you also move with it. But yeah, it has grab Vertil.
I'm no longer stunned. I end my turn.
Alright. So Owlbear. Just gonna hit Valignith.
Try to. No. I refuse.
You did.
You're but an owl and a bear.
Valignith.
Neither of those things are scary. No, that whole total defense thing, that's sort of working.
An off tank.
Actually, let's go on the offensive here. We're gonna smack this guy. With his shield. His word of shielding. Didn't take damage. 20 versus AC.
Is a miss.
Damn it. Shouldn't have done that. That's what I get for being confident.
I mean, you're a dragon, it's your birthright.
Shift and move though. With his minor action, he's gonna heal Verlith though. Going for more protection. You may spend a healing surge, and everyone within 5, which is Verlith and Raxos, get a +1 to all defenses.
Right.
Why is it always me? I'm such a loner.
Such a plus what to all defenses?
+1.
Okay, got it.
Honestly, that's mostly for myself because I'm scared, but that'll be Valignith's turn. He's exactly where he meant to be.
Arstrix.
Alright, +1 defense.
Until he runs out of healing surges.
Let me help you then. Verstrix will, first of all, minor action, befuddle the owlbear 2 here to give anyone combat advantage on the next hit, and then he already moved his fine, it's enough. He will dishearten the owlbear up here to try and prevent it from hitting our dearest friend Malignant. 16, that's probably not going to hit either. Alright, that's him.
Alright.
The fat dragon currently looks at Tilraxos from the owlbear's mouth. A look of, what the fuck?
The owlbear's moving up to do that thing that the dogs do when they're their plushy toys.
Here's the question.
Shake and break.
Can you flank from that position?
You have combat advantage.
I gave you combat advantage.
It's true,
already.
but well,
just
Rexus
use
will move here. Taking advantage of the owlbear having his beak full, and we'll try to give it the old one too here.
But no, he can't because he's not threatening because he's not locked in. So Well, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It depends on what it says with immobilized.
But you also.
This is the point where you have to describe what a grab means to me in 4th edition.
Yes. Oh, man.
Everyone's favorite.
The real question is there a flow chart?
No.
Good.
You are, however, immobilized until you make like an athletics or acrobatics check to escape.
Okay. Do I suffer any penalties to like my
immobilized, and that's it.
Okay, got it.
And when the person who grabbed you moves, you are moved with it.
Understood.
No attack penalty. Yeah.
That should kill it anyway.
I'm trying my best. 17 damage.
17. All right. Slash. Bears don't seem too good at hitting themselves, and not sort of too hard at being hit. Easy to hit. They don't seem to have a shit ton of hit points.
How damaged does this owlbear seemingly?
It looks rather hurt. It is sort of bleeding, and its feathers is all messed up, and it's sort of scratching around, screeching, or like it would be if it hadn't got a drag in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, what the hell. Draxus will use his last Dread Smite on it. Just get in there. 5 more damage and 5 ongoing. Maybe that will actually kill it.
If you want to kill it.
Takes 5.
It is my prerogative to
It does not kill it. It does its owled bite. It is bout. Sort of, yeah.
It does take 5 damage first, right?
Yeah, it did.
No, I mean there's 5 additional when you use the.
Oh yes, that's true. As a grabbed creature, automatically is hit by its
What?
owl.
Jesus. Okay.
Bite, and then it spends its action point.
Yes.
Thing like biting force of an alligator.
It will do it again.
Except it has a knife for mouth.
It does.
What the fuck? Okay.
I can't kill it.
I thought you would be able to. Well, I missed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But...
I don't know how. I feel like I've laid in over 100 damage on this thing at this point.
Over 100 damage, that definitely has been done.
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn.
It will try to save from its Ooh, which it does.
God damn it.
It shakes off the cool.
The owlbear says.
Ooh. Well, it would, but again, it has drag in its mouth.
Oh.
It's not used to its enemies lasting this long, but it's hurt enough that it does not sort of give it much thought. Urdlith.
Alright. Minor action. Breathe poison over the owlbear. That's a bit more than that poison damage. That would be 1d6 plus con, so 11 poison damage on the owlbear.
Alright.
Douse the owlbear.
Great. Good talk. Let's see here. Standard action. I'm looking at my abilities that I have because I have so many abilities. That's me being facetious because all the dailies got used last time. I think what I will do is based on the size of these creatures, and I think I will make a conductive defense attack against one instead. I'll go ahead and spend my 2 power points, leaving me with 0 power points, to make a conductive defense attack against this owlbear. It'd probably be, since I'm flanking, I forget, 18 versus reflex.
18 just misses.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
This one will continue attacking Valigneth. It is having very little luck with it. Could be a hit. But that's another hit. So it manages to sort of, after flailing and getting frustrated, and probably also seeing its mate like bleeding and screeching, is like going a little crazed as it sort of stuffed Valigneth into its beak. Immobilized.
I think it did have a minus to its attack. I don't know if that matters from the Or did that miss?
It got missed.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then, because the Nalberon wants to go help its buddy, it'll move.
Why?
Hey guys.
No, why would you bring
over
it to
here.
me?
To flank Verdelith. Put you over here. Yeah, as well as Valgneth is in its beak. Nice place to be.
No, it's not. You said like athletics check to break out.
Yes, a move action to do an athletics check against
No.
its.
Against its.
Yes. It's the best rules when they begin to mix skill checks into combat. Acrobatics against its reflex or athletics against its fortitude.
Okay, athletics versus fortitude it is. Valaknith is stronger than Owlbear.
Move action try to rip himself out.
He most certainly will. Let's see. 20?
No.
Alright, standard into move. I've heard what that thing can do to grab targets. 13.
No. He wiggles, but he stays in the beak.
Action point.
Getting real beaked.
Action point into a move.
Action point. Wiggle. 21.
No.
What do you need
Pretty
to get out of this?
fortitude strong.
My God.
I mean, look at him.
Well, if I'd rolled higher than an 11...
Then you probably could have done it, yeah.
Big hulking brew has just as much reflexes.
Varistrix. The others are probably distracted, but Varistrix, seeing the owlbear come up and sees Valaknith, I guess, just wiggling as much as he's ever seen him do in this owl's beak. Like with a sort of no, frantic pushing its face.
yeah.
Oh,
out, yeah. Stepping its eyes and whatnot.
Do not reveal the truth inside me. No.
say what you want. He loves wiggling.
You've shown enough truth for my
Never seen the
face.
dedication.
Owlbear plans to eat Valaknith. We can smack in Varistrix with its claws. That seems like a thing it can do.
What?
Yeah, that's his plan.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that.
Paying
Oh,
attention.
okay. Sure. Well, I'm going to shift away. So,
Mhm.
let's see here. Let's my brain work. Okay. Well, if I miss, then I'm fucked. If I hit, maybe I'm not. Let's try betrayal on Owlbear 1.
Mhm.
Betray! Oh god
No
damn
miss.
it.
Alright, curse of the bad rolls again. He is, yeah, he's done, so.
Alright. Maxus.
Oh dear. Well, just shifts here. And
Can no longer see the fat green dragon through the mass of the owlbear
through the blood. It's just
and the feathers.
yeah. I'll give it a stab here. See what we can do. Do. 31 with AC, 21 damage.
Well,
Please go down.
didn't have to do much less.
When you reduce a creature's 0 HP or fewer, you can choose to knock it unconscious rather than kill it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm considering it. But I have spotted some owlbearlets up there in the nest. I think those are the ones I am looking for.
Okay.
Are we not going for the other name?
No, I don't think so.
I can rename them, or you can.
No.
No, Owlbear
Too
2 will get killed by Tyraxus. He will destroy it.
Yeah, the owlbear seems enraged at this murder.
Yes,
Bring into tome.
murder he says. Yeah.
Verdelith is no longer in the beak. Well, she probably move out of the beak.
Mm-hmm.
Unbeaked.
Big thing slumps over. Verdelith.
Verdelith, like, you know, her body's been through a lot right now. She's trying to process everything. She remembers back the lessons that she remembered from her genetic heritage and this wasn't quite how she remembered owlbears from the dragon memory.
Yeah, they were smaller.
Yeah, they were definitely smaller. They were supposed to be prey, and this was definitely not as advertised. This is Valigno's fault, she says to herself. This is absolutely 100% Valigno's fault. She is going to take a move action over here and a standard action for a second wind.
Malignus is distracting it.
This is her opportunity, yes. Quick action to, I don't know, if I can renew the Shield of Silverlight, I end my turn.
Alright, well, the owlbear is an easy action to do, so it's that by biting.
I'm down.
Thankfully, the owlbear doesn't immediately go after the person who killed his mate. He's pissed at the other dragon.
Yeah, well, he had to chump this one first. After that, he froze it. He just
slings Valignav like a fucking toy. Like,
yeah, probably like boom, smack, and then looks to fire strikes. Okay. Here we are again. We'll do a death save.
Oh. Failure.
Luckily, someone has potions, right? Or strings.
Bellingham has one.
You have a potion?
Yeah.
Okay. Shift here, standard to move. Go down here. Next turn, I'm going to use the potion on Malignant. Because I can't. I can't really do anything else. Yeah.
To access.
Well,
get in there. This is your moment.
T-Rex is gonna move away now.
This owlbear has taken almost no damage.
I have a compel here actually for you. You believe that strength rules the world, and you are a dragon and much stronger than Zal. You killed one, and you will take this one on.
I will,
even if the others are not having time.
That's right.
To help.
T-Rex will move down here, and then making sure everyone sees how incredibly strong and powerful he is. He will, roar and charge the owlbear. This is gonna end well.
Well, you get an essence,
That's true.
Use to strongly retreat.
Well, let's see what we can do. I'm charging, which means I have a bonus to hit.
If owlbear survives, he'll become an adventurer.
Maybe. Wow! That's probably a miss.
That is a miss.
Yep. I expected as much.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Vertilith, restores a sense of balance, looks down, deep gashes in the fat of her body from the fucking beak. That's gonna take days of sleep. She's gonna have to stuff so many dead kobold bodies into that hole. Man. Terrible. Move action will take her to... This will probably be fun and fine. Yeah, she'll move here. Let's be cunning, like this, yes. Move action to here, and a standard action to reach out with her lodestone lore. And a sickly green line of energy shoots towards the owlbear. 25 versus will.
That hits.
5 untyped damage, and it is pulled, excuse me, I have to have stepped a little bit closer to it, but I could do so because I had 5 movement there. It's pulled 1 square towards me, and can only move to squares that are adjacent to me. So
right.
Pull it up, diagonally,
Oh, you want it there?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, there. And can only move the squares that are adjacent to me. And as a minor action, I'm gonna mark the fucker. I'm done.
Yeah. But Tabaxis did kill its mate and just charge it.
He did, yeah.
At least it wants to see how it goes. If he can just put him in its beak before it deals with Vertolith. He has to go in the beak first, so
No,
it'll have a -2 to these attacks.
not the beak. That's
But,
a hit.
Looks like that's still. And then. Well,
that 31 was a crit, right? When they crit with that earlier? Or was
no,
that
that's
not?
a 32. That's a crit.
Okay. Well, the Mind Spike will ensure that the owlbear also takes 8 damage by...
I will take the damage.
But it managed to put Traxxas in its beak. Like it wanted.
Quick, wiggle.
Wiggling does nothing.
It's the only way.
As it looks so at its dead mate, it will eat Traxxas. That'll surely fix it.
Yes.
Elegith dying.
Roll 20.
Nope, it's another failure.
Valky said he was stepping away, but he was going to use his action to
fetch it out, standard to force feed it.
Yeah, force feed a potion.
So I guess you can heal the...
Heal 10?
10, yep. That's correct.
And you start at 0 whenever you heal, right?
Yes. So you have 10 hit points.
I'm alive, but if I go down again, I might just instantly die.
You're laying prone on the ground.
I wish I were a leader who can
sort
lead
of
from a
pushed into
distance.
slightly pushed into the just sort of cavern wall. So Exos, you're in the beak.
I am in the beak. I will try to wiggle out.
All right.
Let me see here.
Using athletics.
Yeah, my wiggle options are somewhat limited. I would have to try to athletics. 20 did not do it. Alright, well.
You can still attack, it's just fine.
It's true, but I kind of need to get out, so we'll try to convert standard to move and try to wiggle. No. Well,
I've been there.
yeah. Minor action will do. Well, does that matter? That's the problem. It is. Sure. We'll do the Shroud of Shadow to gain some temporary hit points or some defenses.
Alright. Vertolith.
Vertolith will shift over here, and will attack the creature with a conductive defense to supercharge it with lightning.
I think
that will not. Go ahead.
I think if something force moves the owlbear, it loses its grapple on me.
You move with it.
I don't think so. I think if it moves away by its free will,
when it drops maintaining it, or it becomes unable to take actions through like stun, for example.
But I thought the force movement actually makes you break. I remember that being discussed in one of the acquisitions podcast. I might be misremembering.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to take my action point, because I've been holding on to that, and I will use that as a standard action to perform that attack again, 22 versus reflex.
That hits.
10 points of lightning damage, and it will take 5 lightning damage when it hits one of my allies.
Alright, well, it has something in its beak, so it's going to do that, so I'll just give it 5. Beak!
So that's an automatic hit, right? Like that sort of thing, so...
Yes, there's no attack roll involved. It's just automatic damage as long as it doesn't grab.
So would Mind Spike apply in that situation?
When they deal damage with an attack...
That doesn't include use a target.
It is an attack, and it does deal damage, I would say. The condition is not when they hit, it's when they deal damage, because it wouldn't hit. I'd say that counts. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well then.
Then with the 19 damage dealt to Telraxos, then the Mind Spike would deal 19 damage to the owlbear.
It's true. Which is a lot of damage. But so be it. It can't move yet, because it's still close. Ruthless. Malignus.
Alright, Malignus will stand up. Is that half movement or all movement?
Move action to stand up.
Well, then he's gonna stay squeezed in the wall. Because... Actually, no. Can he make it here? Yes. He will support Tyraxos from over here. That's his turn.
Alright.
Do you have that bullshit that fucking like takes like a healing surge from someone? Because you haven't
No.
used that this encounter, okay.
It's a daily.
Ah, well that would explain why you haven't used that this encounter.
He will do an AoE on it. It'll hit less hard. Hey.
That hits.
10 psychic and -2 to attack rolls.
Alright.
That's it.
Tyraxos.
Oh, the wiggle returns.
If you just stay in its mouth though for a few more turns, like it can't kill you. Like I just keep automatically hitting it with Mind Spike damage.
You know,
might as well just
yeah.
attack it.
I mean,
Yeah. You're a striker, not a wiggler. Come on.
It doesn't have an action point, and another one of those beaks won't kill you.
that's right. That's right. Strength moves the world. Damn it. Tyraxos will stop wiggling, and he will do like a King Kong thing, trying to like just tear into it, like breaking its jaw. I don't know, something. Yes, Tyraxos will strike.
It's trying to eat you. The only fair thing is to try to eat it back.
I need someone to help me remember here. I am not sure. I don't think I used a daily on the ogre encounter.
It's been 2 weeks, Jonas. I can't remember what.
No, I
powers you
don't think.
used.
No, I know. It's up to me. I have not marked it as used, and I'm pretty sure I didn't use it.
I don't remember you using it.
No, I have it then. All right. Well, here goes down to daily. Screw you, Halldamir. Let's see if we can. I can
Gently massaging you with combat advantage. It's up to you.
Yes. Try my best here. 23 versus AC.
Just hits.
Alright.
Oof.
42 damage from Blood of the Mighty.
All the damage.
Yeah.
Just like snaps out with.
What happens? An immediate reaction
Great.
against Ruthless and against Tyraxos.
Oh, this fucking thing again. Tyraxos
Once
is-
again, I am stunned.
I am unstunned, thankfully. I will use my minor to use my draconic. My vice's reward to get my last temporary hit points. And yeah.
You have your move action, so you might as well try to break free.
It's true. I can wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
No wiggling.
Ruthless gets a save.
I succeed. No longer stunned.
Alright.
Hooray.
She's like, not this shit again. She like moves her body.
Like,
No, don't move away.
step over here.
Why?
It can move Tyraxos.
It is it shifting, Manaki?
Yes.
Okay. We'll fucking like I'll do here and as it like shifts, and I'll shift here basically to just like block the way so it can't retreat with Tyraxos.
It'll look in your direction. And then it'll try to crunch him a little bit. That is effective. Ooh.
Ow. Well, I'm still alive.
Bastard! Stop ignoring me!
But
It shouldn't, but he's in its mouth. Like it's literally, like you're someone's eating pasta, and you got to keep slapping the hand all the time.
Like, how can I not eat this delicious?
I'm
dragon?
chewing. I can't talk. I have to I have to swallow this to be able to continue the conversation. You're just smacking me in the face.
It's like eating glass, except it's really delicious.
send help.
I've got an idea, Jonas. I'll just use my lodestone lure on you and pull you away from
Yes,
the
there you go. Yoink.
If you hit with it, Malignus.
Malignus is gonna move up and smack. He's angry. He's angry enough to be reverse angry. He didn't get hit last time, unfortunately, but he is flanking. That's terrible.
Yes, that is not a hit.
Well. Huh. Okay, that's his turn.
All right.
I don't think I've hit a single attack. But
You're
anyone
really
who...
good at total defense.
Yeah, but that change anything over. So you have a +1 if you attack the owlbear.
Fire strikes? Melky?
Blow it, set up.
I believe in you.
So do I.
Ooh, no.
There we go.
Ooh, no.
I'm looking, but I can't do anything else. So,
I understand.
yeah.
I understand.
So Maxus.
Complete the mission.
Second.
You feel something broke just now.
Yeah,
And,
something snapped inside of him.
Sense of pride.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
but you are stronger than it.
God damn it, I am, yes. Vengeance! No, actually, Dominator Strike. No. Well, yes.
You can,
Dominate out there.
I need to generate, like, HP, but I don't know if it can do under 15 damage. But it's damn big.
well, like, your second wind you still have open to you. So that would give you as much as your healing surges.
That's true, I suppose.
Take a breath.
Just
and like, it's like, it has dealt sub 20 damage before. Like it dealt 19. So like, it's possible if you use second wind that you'll live through whatever it's gonna. Well, you'll be conscious.
You guys better start hitting soon. Looking at you,
Hey, I'm hitting it as.
Valagnith.
Look at how much damage I've dealt to it since it grabbed you.
Yeah.
So Rexus has a very keen understanding of how much damage.
Yes, I feel it deeply. Sure, I actually like that idea of Tyraxus just trying to catch his breath inside the peak, as it's like
This is all fine.
Look at me, I'm perfectly fine.
I'm winning. This is what winning is.
And since you have your move action, you might as well try to escape it anyway, because you don't have to take the guaranteed damage.
It's true. I'll start with the try to escape here. Let's see if that's.
There we go.
21?
Oh.
No, I can't roll over a 10. Yeah, we'll second wind.
You have on your attack rolls at least.
Yeah. Healing surge. Oh no. Well, I did.
You know, if I've learned anything from this fight so far, it's that I respect owlbears.
Well, as a person.
Stop respecting them and hit them.
Probably.
I can't do anything else, I believe.
Alright then, Jonas. For my turn, do you want me to try and hit you with my Lodestone Lure to pull you out?
How much damage does the Lodestone Lure do?
5 guaranteed.
5 guaranteed damage. That's better than what level 30 thing this is gonna do. Yes, you hit me with the lure trying to get me out of here.
Oh, shift and I don't know. Can you voluntarily choose to I want to be hit by an attack?
You can grant combat advantage.
You have to drag him out of the owlbear's reach, though. Well, it has to be another.
Its mouth does not reach 2 spaces.
That makes sense.
It's usually the claws that.
It's a natural reach of its claws too, not its.
Yeah, I think it makes sense though.
Am I gonna be knocked prone?
Come here, buddy. Come here. I'm gonna pull you here, and it's like she yanks the mighty and powerful Tyraxus, who's taking a deep breath. You're no longer grabbed, but you can only move to squares that are adjacent to me until the end of my next turn. She does that and uses a minor action to taunt the owlbear. She flickers the light at it again.
it however, it looks at you two. You're bloodied, bleeding, but then it looks behind it because there's someone who came up to it and be smacking it in its butt, and it doesn't appreciate that at all.
It didn't hit though. So just someone feebly flailing at it.
Yeah, it thought this was done. So it'll do its double claw.
I'm never done.
Oh.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you're done.
Oh, God.
You're done.
The first one downs Malignant.
Oh no. That is bad. If I roll below a 10, Malignant is dead.
No, it's reset once you're up.
Yep.
Okay.
You have three
That's
more
good.
chances, so yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Natural 20.
That's good.
Alright.
Alright, that's one positive. It'll
Actually,
once again like chuck you over here.
Into the other corner.
Get away, you dumb thing. And then it turns back to Tilraxos.
Hi there.
Now, revenge.
God damn it.
Forest tricks.
It's time for some wizardry. Magic missile. 8 damage.
Okay, yeah.
Ah!
It's like you have.
How do you like auto hits, you stupid owlbear?
You like clock it upside the temple.
Yeah.
It turns to look at forest tricks. Fine.
He's gonna move over
He's
here.
the healthiest
This
one
is
so
what you're
far.
doing. And
That's fine. Come over here.
Tilraxos did kill its mate.
I need to get back in there, unfortunately.
You can only move to squares that are adjacent to me until the end of my next turn.
I'll delay until after Verdolith. Yeah.
Abuse, I say.
Teamwork.
Then I just delay until after you.
Just keep this going forever.
We will eventually.
Tilraxis
right.
just needs the pat in the back before he gets going.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take my move action to here because I don't really want this whole like go to Veristrix thing. Move that and standard action to try and lodestone lure the owlbear. Yeah, 31 versus will. Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Maximum will.
Yep.
You want to hear?
Yeah, go ahead and move it there. And I can only move to squares that are adjacent to me on my next turn. I end my turn.
Give me your brain.
Excuse me.
Why are you rolling this well?
Alright, Tyraxus is gonna charge in. Smack. Charge attack. I am charging, so I have a hit bonus.
Not quite a flank, but I tried.
Yep, I appreciate it. Hoya! 21 AC.
That misses.
Well. Then I will drink a potion.
Right. You have a healing potion. That's right. You gave yourself 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Healing myself 10. Can no longer be beaked in one go again, which feels good.
It just might double claw you.
Shifts over here.
Right.
It shifts over there, and I will teleport to be here.
Yes.
Right. And little double claw Redlift.
Okay. This is the first time this owlbear has attacked me in this combat. So when that first attack comes up, the persistent Harrier, I will trigger on the owlbear. 22 versus AC?
Yes.
Okay, 14 damage. I'll teleport here, then he does the second attack, which still misses me.
Attack you, not attack you. There's no way to.
No. Like claws come down, the green dragon just shimmies over in a haze of green energy.
Shimmies over.
Yes.
I'll just be here in the corner, guys.
It's one against.
Restricts.
I could either roll a 16 or an attempt to kill this first, so let's kill this first. Load setup.
No.
Okay.
Redlift.
Hey, so I guess since all the cool kids are doing this, I do have that healing potion. I do also need to hold down the owlbear. What do you think, kids? You think I should do it my turn?
What was it, a move action to or standard to give it to someone else?
Standard
we do need to kill it at some point.
I'm gonna lay into it.
Yeah, but if you roll a 1, if you crit fail, you're dead.
Yeah.
No, that's D&D 5e.
Oh, okay, well then, yeah.
We're still.
Who cares about like?
Before you're a badass.
Alright.
Alright, well, sure, kill it.
Alright, I'll attack it then. Conductive defense, go! For the good of the city. 18 versus reflex, which will be a miss.
Yeah.
Just a miss. Damn. Verlith will, like, cast her eyes back towards Valignif and then think to herself, he asked for this. This is his fault. And stay right there.
Maybe he likes it. I mean,
Move it to the flank.
Yeah. You'll be one of those people.
Ugh.
Green Dagger knows about that.
Sure does.
God damn it. 6 won't do it.
Won't do it. Owlbear will go for Redlith.
The first one hits. That takes me down to 7 H points. H points? Yes, 7 H points.
Yes.
8 points.
Mud H.
8 points. That's what Verdlin has.
Hate. At least it learned to not attack you, Jonas.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
Something.
this hurts it less. After, well, sort of. You got a persistent Harry yet?
It's an encounter power. I can't do that again.
Alright. It's happy for that, because it felt like some grade A bullshit. No matter what it does. He gets murdered. Oh, poor Owlbear.
Okay, success.
Alright, we're getting there.
You have time. First 6.
Hit it!
I don't. Why? Don't bank on it, guys.
Bring it down, Legolas. Bring it
They haven't
down.
been hit a lot recently.
Not by me.
Anyway,
There we go.
Max damage.
he hits it. Smack.
Grill its brain.
Fails, stumbles.
There, I opened its mind for you to attack. Wink, wink.
I eat it, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can open up Tilraxis as a power to keep charging. Now, I actually need to hit it with some real damage here. Standard action, a conductive defense, or attempt to again. This will be +2 attack roll, which is not factored into my macro. 33 versus reflex.
It certainly hits it.
9 lightning damage, and if it does try to attack Tilraxos, it will take 5. That's the end of my turn.
Tilraxis.
We'll attack it. Combat advantage. Vengeance strikes of damage bonus. Oh yeah! No, still a 6.
6, yeah.
There's the fucking these dragons dance
it's
around.
It's feeling resolute in its decision to wait with him till later.
It's,
so much for strength moving the world, huh?
Yeah.
It moves there. I don't think I will blurred step. I need to protect these two, so I guess I'll like move here.
Right.
Where Lif like gets in like between the dying Valignith and the Veristrix.
And it'll swing a claw at her.
The soft underbelly. Nice.
No.
Another one.
Oh,
No.
thank goodness.
Ooh. Right again.
Come on, Magnus. Yes!
Yeah, still hanging in there.
You're stable now.
boy.
You have 3 successes.
3 successes.
Well, that how it
Fine.
works in 4th edition?
Yes.
I don't think that's how it works in 4th edition.
That's 5th edition.
Yeah, it's 5th edition.
Fucking.
Like page 295. Like it doesn't have a tracker for you get 3 successes and
Yeah, 10 to 19 is just no change.
You just keep rolling till you take 3 or
well,
get healed.
yeah.
So
Oh, there
so
you go.
ones aren't double failures, but on the flip side, like
Yeah,
you
can't
don't
stable.
ever
he doesn't
recover.
he never stabilizes.
Roll a natural 20. That's how we do it.
easy.
Eventually.
Or higher. Yeah.
You're playing pretty well.
Natural 20 or higher.
Max damage again.
Certainly
Nice.
that's a good damage there.
Burn
Nice.
it. Burn it down.
Ooh, yes.
I'm gonna delay until after Tilraxos.
Who dare?
Tilraxis.
Oh goodness. Tilraxis will move over here. And then he'll charge in. This foul creature. It must die. It must die. Do I flank from here?
Yes.
Okay.
Both your corners will put a line through it.
Wonderful. Yeah, smack into it. Charge. Charging, so we have a hit bonus. We do have combat advantage. Which is good. Oh god damn it.
Jonas, I have 7 hit points and I've used my second win. I can't do it.
I know. I'm trying. I've not rolled over a 10 in like 4 rounds.
Why did I even bother
How
to
does
save
it
you from its beak,
feel,
you
John?
damn striker?
I bet it feels bad, doesn't it?
I have a plus 15 to hit on a charge.
That's
Just
nice.
Standard
Yeah.
action is going to be to 21 versus reflex for 9 lightning damage.
That certainly hits it.
And if it attacks the inept Tilraxos, it'll be another 5.
Tyraxus the inept.
Move in standard action to flick the light on and off at Tilraxos in my turn.
That's
You
fair.
have to kill it, Tyraxus. We're not trying to capture it anymore. It'll claw at...
Tyraxus is trying to put a net over it or miss.
Claw.
No!
That does it. That's just enough damage. I'm at 0.
For it. It turns to Tilraxus.
Oh,
Will be triumphant.
here we are,
With
guys.
stumbling,
At the end of
broken-
all things.
broken legs. Goodness.
All at once.
But
Or Asterix.
If you can do a DC 10 heal check, I can spend my second wind.
You can spend a second wind if you're incapacitated because you cannot take the action to do so. I looked it up.
Ah,
Yeah.
so DC 15 heal check to stabilize.
I would have to roll a 14. I don't think you should trust me with that given my track record. Let me just try and hit it first. Let's see here. 11 damage.
ho
If it just turns to Tyraxus, reaching out its claws, like it'll put him in his mouth again, and then, well, I guess given that it's a mind thrust, it's like its eyes just like
Roll
go
up into
dull,
it.
and it just collapses like thump.
Like, 2 hit points, striker. 2 hit points.
I need to hit.
I didn't hit a single attack this combat.
The combat is over.
Get up.
Yeah, Tyraxus will limp
Meditate.
over and yeah, take care of our dear friends. I guess.
Fertiliv gives a disappointed look to Tilraxos when she regains consciousness.
Yeah, Tyraxus, I don't know what it was. I couldn't. It's just
Yeah, like
so many feathers.
she remembers at one moment Tilraxos was behind her, and the second moment the owlbear was behind her, and she feels as if it didn't have to go like that.
The Tyraxus in his mind is very proud of that move. He felt that was tactical, sneaky. He thought Verlith would appreciate it, really. She's sneaky.
Well, it's easily explained what happened here. Yes.
Oh, help.
Always someone bigger. Always something sharper. Always something nasty.
Tyraxus will take a short rest.
Unless, like, the juvenile owlbears come out.
Charge out.
Yeah, well, maybe they would, but the sounds that come from there of owlbear like toddlers. Yeah, they're messing about, biting one another and such, but
That sounds...
hooting tiny hoots. But they're owl-sized, so
Oh,
it's much less.
adorable.
That's
They'll
adorable.
bite a finger off, but
Oh yeah.
We don't
yeah.
have fingers.
Tyraxus will move to investigate because this is exactly what he's looking for.
Can you make that a macro?
murder them all, slay them.
Ooh.
You enjoy that, Valky?
Yeah, I enjoy that, yeah. Why are you going ahead? You're almost dead.
Vertiliv ain't moving one fucking inch.
That's
place.
Yes, excellent.
Look up at Tomax as you conclude, and suddenly he's staring at 3 very open beaks, waiting to be fed.
Bring
As it
the
turns
mother.
out, you do just have food for them
Yes.
right now.
Tyraxus will nod. He understands this behavior. He will say, mainly look at Valagnuth, don't touch them. And he will go over here and he will grab a corpse and drag it over here and start.
Look at bits of a corpse, maybe. Yeah.
I mean,
Don't traumatize the things. Come on.
okay, fine. You'll slash off a shank or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he'll feed them some meat of their own mother. That seems.
They'll have it open, expecting pre-digested food, perhaps.
Oh,
Yes.
tough luck.
Stuff meat in their little faces, and they sort of try to eat it up.
Stuff meat
Chop.
in the little.
You're not doing this right. First Six is like, is this?
I don't think he's good parenting.
What is the right way to tend to these things?
Bloody meat is something they certainly have an appetite for.
Excellent. Yes. T-Rex looks very pleased as the little creatures try to tear into the meat, which I imagine is pretty tough on these things.
Yeah, but they have a very good job of it. They have owlbear beaks.
Nice.
Even if they're not too big right now. Sort of, they have that sort of young thing, limbs that are too big, feet that are too big, and they sort of just bubble about. But sit on their butt, open their beak seems to be the way they do when anything comes close to them.
All right. Yes, T-Rexes can work with this. So how intelligent are owlbears? Do we know? Do they have any form of rudimentary
Maybe nature check?
I can certainly try. A solid 6.
I mean, not
Who
really,
indeed?
probably. However, it does seem, she sort of looks around, maybe they are anyway, because they seem to have, a large, there seem to be large, maybe that's the way they contain stuff, they're packing, if you will, like a large sort of pellet-shaped clumps of stuff around. Some of them seem to have, people's clothes in them and such.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. One of them have a piece of something that's actually still recognizable.
Oh.
Just, let's see, a bit of leather armor that appears to be not incredibly digested.
Yeah.
Which is very rare.
It's
most of this stuff is melted and.
It's very convenient though that we would have monsters that protect our lair that can spit out the gear of the adventurers after they're done.
Also some bones and stuff.
Oh yeah. Sure. Tell me about this mysterious leather armor.
It is appears to be two Varstrix who inherently knows what this is, because they're not too... they're common.
Naturally.
And his kind of dragon would it's a Delver's armor. It's a +2 armor. And it, as a daily power, no action, you can add 2 to a saving throw you just rolled and use the new result.
Ooh.
Instead of the old one.
That's useful.
Which,
Delver's armor +2.
And you said it was leather?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
However, luckily for dragons, it is a property that can be at any type. So, so transferring the property to you should work no matter how heavy your skills are.
Not heavy enough, that's what they are.
Yes. Okay, I have noted down the Delver's armor.
Found in what is an owlbear pellet?
Yes.
Regurgitated bit of stuff. Yeah, as you can take a short rest. Being out here feeding owlbearlets.
Yes. Leisurely feeding the owlbearlets.
Here's some buzzing coming. See, water seems to have been sort of in the bottom of the cave. It's very wet. Probably means that there is a sort of rocky underground to the cave, and so the water sort of lays here on top of the rock, saturating the earth. Some of it is pooled over here, as there's a slight decline to what seems to indeed be a hole through a rocky layer, perhaps a bit of an underground river or some such at some point. As you can sort of see water slowly sort of gathering from the earth and trickling into it.
That's pretty sweet, but I'm not going there because I'm tired.
Yeah, I am also very tired.
Rorschach is gonna have a look down there.
Sure. He smells a scent of mushrooms and such. As he goes close, he can hear like a buzz as on one of the mushrooms, like a big, fat, pale locust is sitting there, sort of eating from it. The hole appears big enough that he could go in it. Not huge, but he isn't that big yet.
No, but
Seems very deep. Water trickles.
So, is it something that would be difficult to get down?
No, probably not. Looks like the owl bears have sometimes squeezed in there. There's some feathers and stuff stuck. They probably would be like the maximum size it could fit, but for Rorschach, it's not a problem.
I mean, he does like underground things.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
The mystery.
Likes exploring. Sure.
There's no map.
Might be the first to look. Let's poke in there a bit.
It's deep and dark and continues down, down, down. Quite far down. Very far down, actually. There's a couple small mushrooms and such in there. A couple more of these buzzing insects. Not a lot of them, but more than you would expect there to be in a cave.
Right. What? So
He's a what looks like a half regurgitated like thing that lies there as he sort of moves down a little bit. Probably longer than he should, given that the others are just upstairs. But
he's curious.
He sees a what looks like a pellet. Give me a nature check or a dungeoneering check. Actually, would be perfectly acceptable.
Certainly give you a dungeoneering check.
He looks at the pellet. Okay, it's hard to tell what's in it, but it certainly has eaten something that had a sword.
Huh. Something that has
a little hair in there. Some like scaly skin. Looks like a diverse diet down here.
Huh. Okay. I think that might be good enough of a foray for now. You might start turning back to go to the others and make a note to check this out later when everyone isn't everyone is.
This was fine. This was fun.
Yeah, he's fine, but he has 3 other hatchlings to deal with. It's clear they can't take care of themselves.
So you can sort of all take your short rest.
Did you bring the pallet up?
I mean, was a sword of any use?
It's got some crap in it, but it looks like all of it is like broken, regurgitated, thoroughly unimportant stuff, except for, of course, the contents of like what it might have been.
Yeah. No, he'll come up with the knowledge of it, and I mean, perhaps if Verdalis is willing, he can describe it to her. It might be a bit more difficult to determine from a description, but maybe she might recognize it. For now, rest.
But yeah, no more things come to disturb you. It seems owlbears do not live in packs, but in a couple. A gang, maybe, sometimes.
Alright. Veristrix would like to, now that you're back, Grimmet, ask Verdolith. There was a pellet down the little hole there. He poked his head in a bit and went down a little bit. He's not sure what the remains of it is, but if he can give you a description, might be a bit harder than a visual representation, but perhaps with a nature check.
A lot harder.
Yeah, a lot harder. But perhaps you might be able to give him a hand.
Maybe. What is it? What is the description of? Give me a description. You want me to make a nature check?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
The alternative would be to go down yourself, and he is sparing you that expense.
Yeah, like Verdolith would have agreed.
I'm down the bottom of this hole. You can.
22.
Oh, Verdolith is pretty good at that. Turns out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean the stuff in the pellet would certainly suggest some form of humanoid, particularly ones that are not too big. I mean, a lot of hair, which suggests dwarves or something like them, perhaps. Beyond that, the something that Veristrix didn't know the significance of, but that certainly was prevalent, was a constant, like a strong odor, a very, very strong, very unpleasant odor. That given where you are and where this might lead, Verdolith would guess at that probably means troglodyte.
Oh.
Known for being very smelly.
Verdolith, casually, nonchalantly, sullenly, like chewing on owlbear, relays this information. Veristrix is not the only dragon who can hear a description of something and give details.
Owlbear is very tough, but also very protein rich. Like, bulking up is what you want to do an owlbear.
That's right. Like if she gets even fatter, then an owlbear can't put her in its mouth. Makes sense.
Can fit.
Maybe they like serving dragons. Who knows? Okay. That's good to know. He doesn't feel like he wants to tussle with any of those right now. When he thinks of a plan to deal with that, he will come back.
Verdolith says, "This seems a suitable enough lair, especially with the whole place destroyed, that you all don't want to move back to. Veristrix, why don't you stay here? No one's going to be coming to bother this place. The owlbears are dead. The little hatchlings could stay here unless Tilraxos wants to cart them back to his tower to suitably have them in a little place. And whatever's down beneath there probably won't come back up for some time because they think owlbears are here."
Traxxas is already building, scooping up, building a little transport for...
Like a little coop.
Yeah, exactly, for the arbalets.
I mean, if he picks them up, they just open their beak and sort of await food to be inserted.
I mean, that's easy to transport. Do they have
As
any...
long as that happens, once every 5 seconds, they appear to be happy.
Alright.
But all they do currently is eat. Or if you're not there, sort of peck at each other and hungrily sort of looking at their siblings.
Yeah, well,
There might have been more of them once, but...
given the Alberlets are taken care of someone other than himself, he is that is actually a reasonable suggestion. While he would long to not part with his tower, there is a cavern to be explored and a tunnel, and he is itching to get at it when he has the time.
And, perhaps more importantly, everyone else is at the fucking tower right now except for Verdolith. He can't really properly enjoy it because all these damn plebs are, squatting in the damn, tower where the circle is.
Yeah, that is quite true.
He comes here and he can like bring the wizard over, and then he can properly handle the wizard.
Yeah, a bit of 1-to-1, and him not
Everyone else
making everyone
nods.
else.
Yes, you could bring the wizard.
Yeah, that's you know what.
Lots of nice fruit trees outside.
Oh,
That's nice, pears, apples.
That was one of the
Nice
attractive
grove,
points,
gentle
like
wind.
Have a nice,
lovely grove with like soft like everything out there.
It's fruit trees.
Yeah,
Very nice.
you can have a wine making
Pumpkin
operation.
patches.
Yeah.
I mean, in his eyes, this was always his there from the beginning.
Country
so,
bakery.
Yeah, he'll take it. It's not ideal, but it's a start.
Vertilith nods. She knows she is wise. That is, after all, how she can crush the minds of lesser beings. Isn't that right, Veristrix?
It's like luring Tolrexus
Yes.
out of the beak. Tolrexus, come on, come here. Out of the beak with you. And he's like, oh, yes, I should not be this beak. I'm sorry.
He went so calm and peaceful, too, like, I don't have to be here, do I? Tolrexus!
It sounded very convincing at the time.
Come, little dragon.
Come hither.
Hard to argue against.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll squat in this cavern. As for getting the wizard here, considering he wasn't amenable to walk the whole way from the camp, I assume he will need a taxi again. Or, if everyone is so happy to have him to leave, perhaps they'll escort him for me.
She looks at his companion. Who will carry the wizard?
Well, we still have the muleback harness, so there's that at least. Wink, wink.
I'm not carrying a wizard.
That's true. Could be used for that, I suppose, but hopefully the wizard will come willingly.
Have the hobgoblins play Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors, and loser has to carry the
Carry
wizard.
wizard. Yeah.
Oh no, he fell over the edge.
The wizard just flies off the edge. Oh well. What a loss.
Irregardless, he can get there if you so desire.
Yeah, I think so.
Snaps his fingers. Bring me my wizard.
Actually, wizard.
Master Wiz, let's go.
But So while Varsix, I guess, makes this place home, like I guess he can sleep in the sort of feathery and sort of dirt and
Yeah,
the nest over there.
it's empty now, so you can repurpose
Smells
it.
of owl bear. When he sleeps in it, he'll smell of owl bear. Things fear the smell of owl bear in this place. So
As it should. Good lord.
It's a good deterrent then.
foxes and such don't come here. Yeah. What are the rest of you sort of gonna be? Where are you going?
Well, Tyraxus will bring the arbalets back to the tower for proper care and training. Like, we need to build a corral. There's a lot of things to do, really.
I just love his vision of like how this is gonna go versus how this will actually go.
I mean, this is how it's gonna go. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, minions.
He talks to little Alberlet. You will become glorious servants and proud enforcers of the
he
blue.
learned how to raise kids from his father.
Yeah.
A literal devil from hell.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah. Instilled with the awesome knowledge of Bone Dad, he is sure.
He knows all the things he shouldn't do.
Like he will become so much prouder of you. It'll be great. Like, look at you raising your own children.
Grandkids.
Yes, a grandkid.
Besseret comes over.
Spoils the owlbearlets.
Pinches their cheeks.
Turns them against you.
Oh, I hate it when Granddad comes over.
Now he's evil just like his grandpa.
The best part is that they can't eat him. Like, they might try, but he's all bone, so...
It's true.
Yeah, bony spikes. It's all cute when they're small. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Vertilus certainly is not helping with Albert-let transportation, as that's what we're calling him. I think she's gonna sullenly lay here for a bit until Veristrix fully gets his shit together to stay here because of how wounded and hurt she is, and how this Albert meat's pretty good.
It is.
And she's got to really become fat so that more Alberts can't do that to her.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually she'll through sheer poison have corroded one of the owlbear heads off. Through just hours of determination, slowly nomming, and all of her poisonous saliva comes over it. And she's making a detour back to her pipe, which is going to be so much better now that everyone's moved the fuck away from it.
Yeah.
The only thing that she'll do is she'll make a detour to do what she wanted to do with the ogre heads, which is pitch the owlbear head into the Harpy Canyon.
Just throw it in there.
Yep, just throw it in there.
All right.
Doesn't want to stay to chat. Just wants to fucking throw the owlbear head in.
Harpies look at it, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they watch from a distance. Seems to be what they do.
Good.
Yeah.
Vertilus wants to.
Basically, in the canyon, there are these rock spires. The wind sort of blows between them, giving the canyon sort of its name.
Yeah.
As it sort of leaves a hissing sound.
Nice.
Almost like the sizzling of a snake, sort of a.
Yes, snakes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Serpent Valley, as it turns out.
Vertilith is pleased.
And they sort of sit on top of these pillars because things can't really get to them there.
It, probably they've seen. This will be the third time they will have seen her. The first time is when we all flew over from above and we were scouting eastward. The second time was when she chased that ogre, and this will be the third time as she's flying high above again, and she basically just drops the owlbear head, rotted away from the poison down into the canyon. It's some non-verbal communication to set the harpies up later for they won't be surprised by her.
You can see there's a fire in there. Some of them are roasting something. They set up tents on top of the pillars.
Tents, a little bit of civilization. They have some intelligence to them. Good. And Vertilith contemplates how she will make those harpies her minions. Or perhaps manipulate them against each other. Green dragons are very, very dickish like that.
Whichever's the more fun at the time.
Yeah, whichever's more fun. She'll head back to her pipe, though. She'll enjoy the poison, breathe in the fumes. Probably start half-heartedly beginning to dig, but she doesn't really give a damn. It takes effort. Yeah. Every now and then she does a little bit of work and oh, I'm worn out. Time for another day of Easy Street. That's what she's doing. She fully intends to take her long rest.
All right.
Yeah, Valinger, for one, I mean, he doesn't have a place to go back to and work on and do things. And also, he's not really into the whole moving around bit currently, considering what he just went through. He's just gonna, do Veristrix a favor and help him move in.
Become that awkward friend after a party who doesn't leave. And when you say, "Oh, it's late," so
yeah, it is. I'll
pick it up in the morning. They're like, "Oh, it's fine. I can just be quiet over here."
Yeah.
Just make yourself useful.
Puts his legs up on the table. It's like, I'm not tired.
Well, Valinger, for one, isn't really the quiet type, really, and
just slamming against walls.
Smithing.
Yep. It is funny, though, because the two of them have never really been alone with each other. It's always been Telraxis has had to deal with malignant shit.
Yeah.
You know what?
Change of scenery, change of bodies for a bit.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too quiet.
It really is the brain thrust of the group.
Well.
The masterminds, one would say.
The movers.
The shakers.
Yeah.
No,
Things
the
get done.
The
You two are the
Quakers.
shakers. We're the movers.
Okay.
We're certainly quivering in that Albert's mouth.
The
Wow.
wizard, for his pet matter, approves of this this place. You know, just the right amount of effort. He'll come into making it nice. You know,
Yes.
not even the gods would feel great if they ruined this place.
Maybe that's the way to his heart.
Verishix will mention that thought it would be a perfect place for him to not be distracted by the other people, first of all, and second of all, just the environment itself is more suitable for him.
No, yes, very. It's splatting mud on himself, because, you know,
Why not?
why not? Splat mud everywhere. It's clearly a muddy cave. You will see the mushrooms, though, and sort of begin to poke at them.
Okay. So you know what they
Cutting
are?
off a little piece. Like,
He's gonna eat it and get so
Rubbing it.
high.
it seems to be in that direction. He
Alright.
doesn't know what they are, no, but
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Destruction of yourself to find the answer.
No, only in destruction of this mushroom is the truth revealed.
What happens if you burn the mushroom, I wonder?
careful, don't say that. He'll do it. Burn it
No,
all.
no. Remember whose house you're in.
It certainly is very wet in here. Nothing really burns well.
Yeah, except Albert.
Roasted owlbear.
That's probably the easiest way to get Valignif to move. It's very wet in here. Nothing burns easily. Son of a bitch.
He's like, oh, that sounds like a challenge.
Yeah. Burn everything. Ah!
I mean, it's a challenge only once, because after that you've learned that it's a challenge and can do something else.
Perhaps in both Verishix's wish to have to not overstay his welcome, he will share more in depth the knowledge he got about the volcanic areas in the caverns beneath the valley, just to stoke up his interest enough that he's not thinking about actually staying here for too long.
You could probably just share that. I don't think you guys actually know much.
I think I mentioned it.
Yeah, you
Last
mentioned that last
session.
session.
Yeah, I'm just kind of
Which is also partly the reason why we went to this cave in the first place. And there's a convenient, passage into the underground over there that...
No, that's a dead end.
Is it?
Verishix would say, yeah. Well, that's why I came up. I wouldn't return if there wasn't.
I don't believe you.
Shucks. Either way, it's my cave now.
Maybe I do believe you. Why would you lie to me?
Why would I lie to you? I've been helping you this entire time, not die.
The wizard would claim this chamber in here as his chamber. Even though there's no difference, and it's just more mud and roots.
Maybe
This
we
is my
can
chamber.
maybe we
Yeah,
can
maybe
move in
like
his favorite log or something, so he has somewhere to sit.
This is an advantage to having someone who has seen the futility in building and making things. He doesn't care. If you had someone who was high maintenance, who had demands and shit,
Yeah, as long as I keep him from, falling down something or killing himself.
Here, he doesn't care. I mean,
He's probably more resilient than he
he'll
thinks.
yell at a locust that he's trying too hard, and the locust will wither and die. His insult.
No.
No. He'll go carry a piece of wood down here that has mushrooms on it.
Mm-hmm.
Stick it in here, that sort of thing.
I mean, he could probably move around these roots and stuff, no problem with those bracers of his, right? So
Yeah.
Perfectly
It's
fine.
true. Have a larder, have a living room. Oh,
I mean, he said he can cook, so he's certainly going to be doing that. Except, I don't know if he has any tools, which probably doesn't, so...
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't need them. It's fine. I'm sure where to get the real good grubs. So go out to the apple tree and begin wringing the bark off. To get some of those things underneath. Never mind the apples.
Yeah. That's too luxurious.
Dragons don't eat apples.
No.
He knows that much. He'll eat the apples. That's fine. Yeah. Well, maybe actually this place will be better for him, given the sort of the open brush and such.
Yeah.
Poor old guy.
He's not confined to the tower. He can go as he pleases.
Mm-hmm. The two guardians are stomping after him. Yeah. Does everyone want to take a long rest? Is that what I'm hearing? Or
yes, I would
Yeah, I
like
think
a long
so.
rest.
does someone just not wanna?
No, I still want to.
Okay. Because that's a possibility too. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, no, I
Typically, I've been like, "Oh, come on, guys! I still have half my healing surge left," but now I'm actually down to 1.
Yeah. Wow. Fancy that.
I'm all out.
I know.
see what the wizard gets up to while a long rest happens. See how the arrangement works out.
Till Raxos gets to be alone with all of his underlings on top of the tower.
Yep.
He'll soon discover that it is actually a lot of work to get enough food to make these owlbears not eat each other.
Well, we will keep
Seems
them.
like that is the default. If they get hungry, they will find the weakest one and then eat that one.
Well, we will separate them.
No, how cruel to separate the family.
Well,
That eats each other.
Yes, after separating them from their parents, we
separated their parents' heads from their parents.
Gaius and Tiberius happily direct Bob, the human watchman, to be the one to feed them.
Excellent.
As the two of them, they argue they need their fingers for the bows. I mean,
No, to access figures.
a thing the orcs are very happy to support as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bob can surely hold a sword, even if he misses a couple.
I mean, Bob, as far as Tyraxus knows, Bob didn't do a goddamn thing. Like
Bob is malignant, and Bob is still here.
Like what is Tyraxus? Like what is Bob to Tyraxus? I mean, like what can he do?
Well, yeah,
Feed
a
owlbears.
short sword.
Yeah, he's feeding the owlbears. That's what he's doing.
Okay,
Like,
well.
yeah.
He'll find like a stick and have stuff on there and work hard while the others shoot down a bird or two.
Mm-hmm.
And
Guys, Tiberius will send the orcs hunting while they hold up the fort, so to speak. They are the garrison.
So Bob, who definitely belongs to Malignant, is learning creative problem solving while in the employ of Tyraxos. That's perfect.
He feels a little abandoned, maybe,
Outsourcing.
but that's okay. Red dragon, blue dragon, yeah. Probably about the
I
same.
remember the conversation Malignant had, like, pretend to follow along with Tyraxos' orders when you secretly belong to me.
Yeah. No, not secretly, obviously. Just follow his orders anyways, because I can't.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah, just do what he says.
I
But
believe it was do what he says, but remember that it's me who said it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
oh boy.
I love this pecking order thing, as Bob is threatened, like, if you fail to feed the owlbirds, we'll feed the owlbears you.
Man, I wish Druid Malar was still around. I could ask him for some, advice on raising owlbears.
I mean, Verishix could send him a message if he does well enough.
No, it's not enough to call him back. It was just if he was around,
Well, no, just for maybe 3 sentences of advice.
The Druid Malar sends back,
We have owlbears.
like, get lots of food.
Yeah. The message is, have owlbears, need advice.
Please respond, stop.
Yeah. Post haste.
I have recently come into possession of a group of owlbears.
It is 25 words. You get a lot in 25 words.
True.
And they can respond as well mentally, so, you know.
Praise thee and for me in your considerable wisdom.
Yeah, we will. The owlbears.
Yes, response. Dots. Like, Druid, like, sends back a shrug.
We will keep the owlbears together but separated. We'll build little pens. Pens need to be built so they can, waddle around.
There are cages like from like the old like base to use as like materials and like inspiration, but I'm sure those owlbearlets are pretty fucking strong.
They can chop, like bite through that.
Yeah, the same thing that held like the cats, and like that's not gonna stop them.
Tyraxus needs he wants to understand what motivates them so he can train them. Someone wise once said, if he has food and is scary, they will probably follow him. So
I wonder who that was.
Yes, I don't know.
He sounds smart. You should listen to him more.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, he said many smart things today.
So maybe we need to domineer these owlbears, show them who's boss. Maybe slap them around a bit. I don't know.
Intimidate the owlbears.
Yeah, intimidate the owlbear.
I am the provider of food. I control. And
I am your god. Gosh darn it.
You like create like a flesh mask of like one of the owlbears and like wear it at him.
So yeah, as Tyraxus long rests, he will study the owlbears and try to figure out how to make them tick so he can train them. Or at least have his minions do it.
His nature isn't great though.
No.
No. Which means he's not really, he probably imagines that he will convince them once they grow up and learn to talk, and
the big ones didn't seem. Well, maybe he needs to go and ask Vertilith. Oh.
How do you speak owlbear?
Yes. Vertilith, can you come by? I have trouble with the kids.
Vertilith is probably the easiest of the dragons to find. All things, so she doesn't really go anywhere. It is right down the trench.
It's not that far. You jump out, let yourself fall for like a couple seconds, and then.
Tyraxus will pick up an owlbear and go down to Vertilith to see if she can understand it.
Just through the poisonous gas and haze on the other side, Vertilith stares through.
Vertilith! No one ever goes in there because they get poisoned.
They don't come out.
Vertilith flies through. It's like a gentle twirl through the poisonous gas, bathing in it.
Gentle twirl.
Yeah, it's like a lazily.
With the grace of a boulder rolling down.
Grace of a scepter.
Remember, she is the dragon godmother. Her graceful flying. She flies over as the dragon come over. Yes, you've come with my assistance with the children, haven't you?
Yes, it's all true. These infernal little critters. He pokes it with a, carefully with a claw, so it hoots at him or something.
I mean, it'll try to swallow the claw. It's hungry. It hasn't been fed for a couple seconds.
Yeah, he holds it up as it bites the claw. It's like, look at this.
Hangs there, slowly pushing the beak through the nail.
How do I make this creature understand? How do I make it listen?
Vertilith looks so gleeful and amused, this little creature, and the fact that Tyraxus is obviously this is a situation in which he is not powerful. Because he does not know how to handle this, and must come to Vertilith for advice.
Yes.
The power.
Yes, the power involved. Yes.
You have a canny insight into all things nature and that crawls and bites. I am more of a struggles with the word a people person.
I don't actually know how to respond. Tyraxus even said. together. Fucking telling me that you're blue dragons people.
I couldn't even finish it myself. I broke down. It's probably the stupidest thing I've ever said. Oh. Oh.
Yes, of course, the people. So if so Manaki, obviously, like an owlbear is like a baby owl and a baby bear, so raising it has got to be just as easy as you would try to like raise and domesticate the baby owl or baby bear. And we have the advantage of being dragons, and they obviously have to recognize strength. So I don't like, a human would have trouble like domesticating a bear because the bear could always just slap the human around, but we're dragons. We can slap them around.
Yes. I mean, as I imagine,
could I write like a children's book for Telraxos, like a tutorship on like handling?
Like because what I imagine is that they're both apex predators. There is something like there is an essence to a dragon, right? Other creatures look at it and it's like whoa, and it's something primal. And I expect that even if an owlbear is pretty stupid, and an apex predator itself, I think even an owlbear would. I mean, I imagine at least that somehow, some subconscious level, maybe recognize a dragon as a superior. I don't know.
Tyraxus would like to believe that.
Yes, that is what he believes as he pokes the owlbear.
The owlbears currently are at a small size. Currently, they're like hatchlings. They need to just eat.
Yep.
And then they get into a phase where they're very aggressive and like they'll begin to get really territorial. And if you put them someplace in that phase, then they will generally stick around there if they can get food and sort of protect it, which can be useful. Domestication is more difficult. It requires a fine hand, if you will, a constant presence. Owlbears don't generally. Like they feed their kids and then they kick them out, so social parenting isn't really something that they're.
So it sounds like Vertiliv is basically saying you're going to have to wait some weeks, if not months, for these owlbears to grow up enough for you to then begin to impose and train them.
Right.
Yeah, right now they're just eating machines.
Okay.
They will do that to no end. Well,
It's the same as with any of these other stupid non-dragon babies, like the giant eagles. Basically, like, treat them as if the imps treated me and just put food in their mouths.
Then maybe they will be as happy as.
Maybe, yeah.
That is advice from me to you, the people person.
Yes.
Help me, my dragon, as a people person.
It's all true. Alright, well. Tyraxus will take this advice to his dragon heart and he will fly up again with the owlbearlet in his claws, mumbling to himself.
I'm glad we can be such close neighbors, like cups of sugar or whatever from each other.
Cup of owlbear.
Keep inviting Vertiliv over to help teach the children. That's what it is. Can you watch over my kids for me?
Exactly. She's slow to come, but if he offers a free dinner, she usually rolls over.
Yeah, that'll motivate me. I don't have to get the food.
No, you gotta go like for an hour and a half or something, like maybe 2 hours even, to even get to the area where Varstrix lives.
Yeah, he's moved out
so far. Wow.
So close to the dam too.
Yeah. Well,
You
you
can
can
almost-
keep an eye on it.
If he goes out to like the ridge outside his house, he can like look down, see it.
House with a view.
One of the primary selling points of this land.
I want a house.
Well, you burned down. You burned down the log cabin.
Damn it!
The only house we found.
It was a big one too.
Yeah.
I would
I
have
would have burned it down eventually.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have worked out with Valgnir living in a wooden house.
Wouldn't have worked. It's not me, it's
Of
you.
course, the old spell-plagued tomb.
That's true.
Old.
Close to Manathlin Monastery. Oh,
Needs to be like dry and rocky.
It certainly is dry and rocky up there.
Rocky. Well, I mean, or the old camp, Burgle's old camp.
That's definitely dry and rocky as well.
Very dry, very rocky.
It's not like It's not like he cares about the aesthetic because he destroys things anyway.
But maybe he doesn't like the idea of living in like a garbage patch.
Yeah.
But you never know. We do know is that it seems that 3 of the dragons have found a little home. You know, Tyraxis' one doesn't have a roof, and Barstrix's one is full of mud, and well, the other one's an old drainage pipe. You know.
I mean, Velagnith is spending like a 10-day in this mud-filled cave, and give him enough fire, maybe he can turn some of the mud into clay. Like burned clay.
You can turn it into really dried mud. It doesn't seem to be very clay-filled earth.
I mean, that's something to do.
Sure, you can make patches of dried mud appear. It'll sort of slowly into undry. Wet cavern. Water keeps coming. For now, we'll stick some like patch of dried.
Nice.
Good enough.
All right. Is there anything that occurs during our 10-day for individually
Yes.
any of the dragons? Okay.
Well, not individually, but towards the end of it, let's just, for convenience sake, say, because it is 1 day from the end, let's say at the end, something delayed someone 1 day. Yeah. That'd be Vorstrix or Velagnith.
Should be Velagnith then, since Valky went on BRB.
Yeah. Is up, flying around, I don't know, kicking some fruit trees.
Sure.
You know, ripping them up to bite the roots or whatever he does. We'll notice that there are people coming over the ridge, right here. Look at the map. It seems to be a group of on the Serpent Valley.
I'm just staring at the mud.
You don't have to. But here, it looks like a group of people are coming over the mountains.
Maybe the promised anvil.
Is it the anvil?
You can hear
Can you hear people cursing about the weight?
no, it's like a deep humming song in Dwarven.
Dwarf? Okay. Good sign.
They're back.
Be back. Worth checking out. You know, Velagnith, he's rested. He has a lot of pent-up energy from that muddy mud cave. He needs to get out. So he'll go approach at least. Maybe not meet, but he at least wants to get a good look on who's approaching.
Mm-hmm. It seems to be a group of dwarves. Looks like there's quite a number of them. Looks like there's 17 dwarves. One of them is sitting on like a big boar that has packs on it. A lot of them seem to have crossbows. Most of them seem to have crossbows.
Right.
You can certainly fly close.
Velagnith respects crossbows, and just because they're dwarves doesn't mean that they're good dwarves. He's at least gonna go, like, Verostrix is close. You know? His roommate. Lairmate. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, probably... No. He'll go fetch him at least, and then suggest that we meet the dwarves to at least see what's up.
He's however meditating right now and not able to answer.
I'm back.
Oh,
yes.
Maybe, I guess he woke up.
There's dwarves coming. They have crossbows.
Oh, well, let's go meet them then.
Then, I guess Verstrix and Blackguard will go meet the dwarves.
Yes.
Yes, you'll go meet dwarves. Where are you tokens? Cabins.
Jonas, I love that it's these two that they're going to go meet the doors. This is
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's gonna be.
Just put you over here on the Serpent Valley map, above ground. Go, Ashu. Move head on to meet the band of crossbow armed dwarves. This is what's happening.
Probably should polish yourself up, sheep.
Oh yeah.
Slap that long rest in the face.
Full rest.
Because they got delayed a day. The boar had to stop and eat or something.
Why did none of my things actually reset? Healing surges and health. My health? 49. Healthy, happy, confident, full of dwarves.
Yes, they're dwarves. They're marching forward.
We will intercept them.
Right.
Do
Should
they
do
stop?
one of the guys here yells "Dragon!" and points at the dragon. As says the other ones begin to yell as well, and sort of everyone does that like spread out sort of situation too.
Yeah.
Oh, dragon! There's a dragon.
Verstrix will cock an eye, Runella.
She looks back to the person directly behind her, gives a nod, while the boar sort of continues walking, and she will step forward, narrowing his eyes, just checking that these are the right dragons.
Please. How many dragons do you think this valley has?
You have heard my voice before, have you not?
Implying that we are forgettable is an insult.
It's been a while. She's much cleaner than she's been ever when you saw her. Much more confident as well. There is, there's a lot of dwarves, and most of them have crossbows.
Mm-hmm. What's her intent here? What does she? What's she giving off here? Can Verstrix do an insight check?
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. My insight's actually pretty bad, usually.
I like that he's not sure. No, Oristrix looks at her. She seems confident. She seems brave. She also seems, I mean, all things considered, given the situation, she left for the good amount of money. If, either she's come to kill you for some reason, or she's come to work with you. One of the two. And looking at the anvil that's on the back of this boar, can probably insight in the situation would be that she's probably not here to kill everyone, because why bring an anvil all this way if that was the plan?
Yes.
This is a poisoned anvil, but that seems unlikely.
A poisoned anvil.
I mean, she knows Veliknev well.
That's a cunning scheme.
Verstrix will say, a lot has happened since you left, however, we have moved. Perhaps we will show you the way there.
Good. It shall be good to walk in the valley some. As these packs are heavy. I believe we've managed to bring everything you ordered, however. And more. May I introduce? Sort of, here's this the master artisan Morgil and his mother, Rathagit. They are members of the esteemed, sort of famed Steel Grip clan.
And what do they do?
She sort of smiles, but the guy behind her pushes people away, and sort of looks at when questioned like this, pushes himself forward. Says, "I do whatever I damn well need to. I can build almost anything I can. Well, I was told you needed construction done. That's why I'm here, and if that's a mistake, I can take my leave."
No, you have fire in you, but you are useful as you say. We will use your services.
He nods.
It would be a good
Long
change
pipe.
to have someone who actually can do something around these
A
parts.
bit of smoke. These are my people. He sort of gestures back to all the crossbowmen. I was told you appreciated people who did not have to get close to kill an enemy.
Verstrix nods. Yes, very wise.
Neela seems a little smug, as she's clearly proud of this. And I was told that there would be ample chances for advancement for not just me, but also my people.
Verstrix will smile as much as a dragon smile can allow and says, "Yes, well, Tilraxos is the one to talk about those matters, but yes. Let us go as soon as possible. Do not want you to tire so easily."
Yes, Tilraxos. I've been told of him, your leader, as I understand it.
No.
Sort of looks to Renila, sort of looks at the dragons and sort of,
I think you misunderstand the dynamics among ourselves here. Show me something you've made. If you're so good, then surely you have something with you.
At this point, Valky, I am going to invoke Veristrix's compulsion. My will becomes reality. You don't have time to waste with this dumb shit. Like, Valignus here fucking circle jerking with this stupid, show me something you've made. Valignus been wasting your time this entire 10-day. This is over.
You know what? He'll take that, and instead of talking to these, he will directly address the clan mother with the send thoughts. And say...
of the boar.
Yes, so let me just check this. She has language, I'm assuming she speaks common. She can respond in kind, but basically he would say, "My patient wears thin. We must go now."
She looks to Veristrix, the slight smile, and he can get a few words back, yes?
Yes.
Alright. I have raised 16 children, most of them twins or triplets. My patience is eternal. That said, lead the way.
Alright. As Valignant is blustering about whatever, Veristrix will take flight and swoop around a circle before heading towards the tower in a slow enough pace that they can follow, keeping an eye out for any threats. Valignant can stay at the ground if he wishes, but...
Oh, he will.
They can certainly lead the way there, as they will move on. It takes a while, especially when they get into the muddy terrain. The boar is not as adept at moving in it as it is through the rocky terrain. That said, eventually, one of the probably it's probably Gaius. Yeah, it's probably him. who is giddy at having seen it before Tiberius, will announce to Master Telraxos that he has been eagle-eyed enough to spot a group of people coming across the water, led by the two other dragons. This he can infer from their color and there being two of them and them being together, and the unlikelihood of there being more than two. Purple and red dragons in the thing. He's very smart.
Warningly at this blithering idiot in front of him.
I don't know. That sounds like a promotion in the works. He's smart.
So, but as he gets the look, he shuts up immediately.
Thank you. Traxxas nods and
Tiberius
says,
glares at him.
Gaius 1 point, Tiberius 0.
Then Tyraxus will move or get ready to meet this entourage. The greatest project is about to begin. He will wave Gaius and Tiberius away so they can stand like on the parapets or in the broken balcony or something, so they can have a good shot.
It's very far down, but the thought counts.
Yeah, show of strength here.
So of course, if Tyraxus is expecting people to come up here, it'll take a couple more hours for them to sort of walk around and up.
I mean, they're coming up here for sure.
Right. Then being told that, they will look at it. They won't complain. They've gone over mountains before, and they'll walk right past the ancient pipe. Where we'll see the whole procession.
Vertilith sees the whole procession from her pipe. Looks out, thinks about it, it's good that Tilraxus's minions have returned. Guess she thinks about whether she wants to go out there. It's fine.
She can take 2 hours and fly to the tower, and they'll be there at the same time if need be.
Yeah. If need be, she can get up there at a moment's notice. But she wasn't requested, and Tilraxus loves talking with the weak creatures anyway, and because he's a a people person, right? So she'll think about it. She'll see if they if any trouble is caused, and she'll listen out.
Yeah, Bellinger, for his part, during the trip already, and especially near the end here, really wants to find out what this master artisan is all about. He speaks highly of himself, which is good. It means he's ambitious, and even in the presence of his betters, and potentially competent, which is rare. But that is yet to be proven. What does he do? He can say he's famous all he wants, but he has to show something. Or at least, talk about the things he did. Basically, Valor is going to make a bit of sort of small talk in a sense.
Sure. Once prompted and sort of prodded about his work, he'll give into it, and begin talking about stonework and masonry and the construction of bridges and infrastructure projects. He has built walls. He has designed gatehouse doors for their own colony, restored broken equipment that was found at sites. These sorts of things. He is an engineer, a carpenter, and a mason.
All right, that's interesting. But how do you make sure that the walls you build are actually strong enough?
He'll talk about walls.
Let's talk about walls.
Revelgneth probably can't match his dwarven dungeoneering. Do mortar and such.
Mortar and such. Okay.
He's just lags behind a little bit. She's not really too into that conversation. She's been traveling with this guy for a long time.
Speaking of time, man, fucking Veristrix, now extra hours gotta be tacked on as they fucking slowly make their way back up the mountain to that damn tower.
It's necessary.
It is.
As they finally get to where Tyraxus is. This archer probably isn't bloodied anymore.
No.
I'd hope not. Otherwise,
Maybe it's the owl bears
no, because
pecking at him.
she swore off not touching them. So unless she's been
Now Bob
secretly
is-
playing
Bob-
with them,
How many fingers have Bob lost so far, if any?
Oh, he needs his fingers.
Tyraxus doesn't even know.
How many fingers does a human even have? Like Tyraxus doesn't know
I mean,
this.
who cares?
Yeah.
Who can care about these things?
Ugh.
Yeah, as the dwarven procession comes up, we hold the anvil.
Mm-hmm. The anvil, that fucking thing.
Oh, the anvil.
Oh my god, why didn't you put that down in your cave or something?
It'll go right here.
No, it will not. It most certainly will not.
What do you mean? Felix may move again.
sorry. You know, if anyone teleports in, they're gonna die because there's an anvil in the way.
Yeah. Let's head first on the anvil, like bonk.
Splinch themselves with the anvil.
Actually, maybe the anvil should be there.
See? You know, my plans are so in depth you don't even realize it.
Yes.
Well, no, that is if
4D
it works.
chess,
Which it
that's what
doesn't.
you play.
4D
The
chess.
dwarves will arrive, and as they do, Morgil will sort of fall back, and Renita will move forward, sort of moving up front, and giving like a bow.
Mm.
Tyraxus.
Tyraxus gives a courteous and magnanimous nod back.
The other dwarves seem to just sort of fall back a little bit. You know, it's, her and her people. One guy's new, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yes,
Is it the other dwarves? As far as I mean, Tyraxus again, he can't really tell the difference, I suppose.
Probably. I mean, probably.
Well,
But she'll sort of give him a formal bow.
yeah, Tyraxus again.
Lord Tyraxus, I have returned.
Tyraxus nods, and he will say, "Yes, I see that you have, Runella Coldbrew. This pleases me greatly. I am delighted to see that the oath of the dwarves is as firm as I have been led to believe."
Nods. Again, she has a different air about her than when she left, where it was a little like, oh, fucking life has been terrible. Now it's more like she decided to be here.
Yeah,
She could have run,
she could
but
have. Yes.
no, she's here. So it's almost more like before she was very much like in the state of mind of prey, like he's a victim overall. Now she's more of an instigator of
Yes.
of events.
Yeah.
She seems quite proud of having brought these people.
Yeah. Tyraxus'
This is,
gaze like flickers over them, takes in all the crossbows.
Yes, lots of crossbows.
Mhm. And are they like dwarven quarrelers, like heavily armed, like armored, and then crossbows and shields and like all of that stuff?
Yeah, I mean they have crossbows and warhammers. Seemingly
Nice.
that's the dwarven weapons of choice
Nice.
across the board, pretty much.
Tyraxus.
Even the old grandmother has a crossbow and warhammer.
She's probably mean with it too. Tyraxus will will do a small like circle motion with his claw, and then he will say, "I take it then that you have chosen to come back here to fulfill your destiny. You have decided to take a chance, to not run away, and that you have also, I think, seen the potential of this place and our arrangement. Yes?"
No nonsense. Indeed, I think much could be done in this valley, and if we continue to pursue the promised passage, then, well, the future could be profitable for both of us.
All of us.
Tyraxus smiles and says, "Yes, the passage is of important to this valley and to us. Flicks an eye both to Balignith and Veristrix, which he knows has a vested interest in the underground. He says, "So you have brought the required master engineer."
She bows again, gestures. Morgul currently is just looking at the walls, like frowning, stroking his beard.
like
taps it with his pipe.
Yeah, he could have done it much better himself.
Yeah. Yes, I have with me brought the services of Morgril, a member of the esteemed clan of Steel Grip, and his mother, Rathagit, the mother of the clan, though most of the clan is spread across the realms. They have deigned to come here, hoping to make a lasting impact on this wild, untamed place.
Traxos nods and says, "In this valley there is opportunity aplenty. From this spot we will make our mark on these realms. This is the beginning of something great."
War moves forward and pushes the dwarves out of the way here.
That thing looks horrifying. Look at that thing. Holy crap.
It has a lot of teeth and like tusks. She sort of writes back and says, "Excuse me if I do not get up. I am old enough that should be acceptable."
I have no idea how old you are.
Taraxis blinks. He has no idea what he's talking about either. Like, what is this even? But okay, sure.
Down at the dragon. Dragons. Not to herself. Now, before anything is decided upon, I am here me and my son are here of our own goodwill. I hope that the tyranny of dragons is overstated, or perhaps we shall find out. Now, if it is not, and we can have a working relationship, then I see a great future for us. Your servant, Miss Colebrew, has adequately stated her presence here, though I will note, she sort of looks to Vernila, that there was not a lot of competition in Thunderhome when she returned months late, most of her crew dead, with half of the promised amount of goods, and nothing else but requests and promises. We are here mainly because we have a vested interest in the passage that is under this place. It is said that an ancient hold lies there, and if our clan can lay claim to it, then it would be a good place for me to grow old enough to finally die.
That is quite the ambition you have, Clan Mother. Say that there is an ancient dwarven hold underneath this valley, and say that we assist you in finding this place. Then what would we get in return? Surely draining a mineshaft of water is not enough payment for finding a lost dwarven stronghold.
Smiles says, "You desire to rule this valley. You will need allies to do so. People. I don't anticipate you will pay or gather taxes or manage trading yourselves. The stronghold should be in the promised passage. If we control it, it would be the perfect place for further developments in that area. I have certainly no problem with accepting the lordship of, a creature such as yourself, as long as our relationship remains mutually beneficial."
Tyraxis will try to... I want an insight check here to see if I can suss out any hidden motives. I'm not too good at this, but... you know, Tyraxis is suspicious by nature.
You know, you can always swallow your pride and ask for help.
I mean, Tyraxis would assume that since both Valineth and Berserix is listening here, they would provide. I mean, this is a deal that's sort of
very intently.
That sort of touches on all of us here.
It is a good idea. Perhaps he'll do one as well.
But as it turns out, Valineth is not a people person.
Yes, exactly. Actually, it turns out.
You don't know how old she is, but you really want to know. So
yeah,
like
she seems actually pretty feisty and pretty good at making her will known. She seems to have sort of a commanding presence, if you will.
Yes.
Morstrix and Tyraxos certainly both understand that, yes, it seems like she does want what she says she wants. She seems pretty open. She doesn't seem to be the woman who lies a lot, or she seems to be used to getting what she wants. She also seems to be the negotiator here, as Morgil is still looking at stones. Perhaps savant at what he's good at, but not much of a talker. Her having brought a bunch of people, and her mount, also suggests that she at least has some sort of clout to push around. She doesn't seem to be overly bothered by the idea of working with you, which might be surprising, but then again, she is clearly one of the golden dwarves whom you have learned earlier from Brunilla Colbrew, that as long as you're not some sort of horrible aberrant monster from the depths of the world, they can generally work with you. They have a sense of pride. She likely considers you to, it's just a passive, non-dwarven racism. But, she might not be entirely wrong in thinking that you have a particular nature to you that she can work with.
Yeah.
That's probably the point where the dwarves and either Gaius or Tiberius is going to spot, the fat old Verdolith, fully rising from, her pipe now at this point and making it to the tower. Mm-hmm. Arriving fashionably late.
Malgnith can even get a little more than that. She manages to sort of suss out a little bit more. He's pretty sure, at least, that this woman speaks and acts currently like a woman who has lived a good, full, long life. And, well, if one of her kids is here and she had 16, that means that there's 15 others out there doing other things. He believes that she's actually, pretty gung-ho here, because she doesn't anticipate doing much more in her life. She seems pretty satisfied with what she has accomplished, the legacy she's left. This is just, another thing she could do. And if she does it, then that's fantastic. And if not, then, she tried and died doing something meaningful. She doesn't actually seem like the kind of old woman who would go and wait in some quiet place. This seems to be her retirement plan, effectively.
Okay.
She's here, and she's willing to give it a try, and if it doesn't work out, then, fucking get eaten by dragons or something. Either way, she's lived a good full life.
Alright.
How big of a dwarven stronghold are we talking about?
I'm glad you asked. These sources are, they vary. It should be big enough for a small city, certainly.
Why is it here?
Because dwarves have been in most caverns around the world of the realms. Once, you see, this place was owned by giants. Not dragons. These giants required people who could do work for them, and our people have a bit of a reputation. Sadly, in the long run, giant kind degenerated and turned into the petty tyrants that cannot keep a realm together. The pitiful creature sort of gestures to the east. That says that is meant to rule this place is one example why that can never work.
Well, we are not like that. We're young, but that won't be for long.
T-Rex will smile slightly, and he will say, I think you will find, Clan Mother, that we run a slightly different... sort of looks over clan. He tries, like, looking over the people she has with her. Then some of the dragons you might have encountered before or heard tales of. I, for one, am amenable to working with you and your people. I think that, as we said, we could benefit greatly from each other.
Miss Colebrew promised a lot. I think if even half of it is true, things would work out interestingly.
There are, as you can imagine, a few details that would need to be worked out, and a few points that is perhaps good for you to know. He smiles slightly. We are dragons. That means a few important things. It means that we rule this valley. It means that we are superior, and we are owed respect for that. Some of the creatures in this valley have disrespected us, and they have paid the price. Some creatures we encountered showed proper deference, like Miss Colebrew. She lived, and she is now reaping the rewards. I think this is a good lesson for how this partnership works, yes?
She nods and says, I think we can respect one another.
I respect efficiency, I respect skill, and I respect keeping one's promises. I also respect order, and I do like gold. He smiles viciously at the last.
She answers that with a smile, almost a similar smile
Yes.
of her own, I guess. It's something you shouldn't have in common.
Yeah.
Gold.
Gold.
Every dwarf and dragon in the tower just like smiles.
The orcs and the hobgoblins like look at each other like, what's going on?
We're having a moment over here.
Yeah, why everyone's like creepily
like,
smiling?
They're rubbing their hands together.
Yes.
Gold. Such beautiful gold.
I loved it. Yes.
Just like chuckling for 15 minutes before.
That's how we bond, you know?
Who doesn't love gold? Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe her motherly experience might apply to the Albert.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. She's tamed and riding this boar. I am sure she has great insight into owl parallels.
Yeah.
I was told there was a cavern system that needed to be cleared. I intend to move my people there and get to work sooner rather than later. I don't have too much time to waste after all.
Yes, I believe that is agreeable to us as well. The passage should be cleared as soon as possible. I believe we are quite anxious to explore. He shoots Veristrix and Valgnith and I.
Veristrix will nod and kind of share a look with the clan mother. He is impressed by her. No, he wouldn't publicly say, but he's very impressed by her ability to honey her words, but also she's still quite honest, and her mind is razor sharp, and something that he respects. So yeah, he will nod at her. I don't think much else.
Yeah. She'll sort of gesture, and the dwarven caravan people will begin to unpack the boar, take off the stuff that they got for you.
The anvil.
Stuff.
The anvil.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's a slight, like a couple of like fine leather-bound packages and such. One for Tilraxos, a batch of the Berserker.
Yes. Excellent. Tyraxus will take that, and he will have who is his servant is closest. If it's Gaius or Tiberius, he will have that servant.
To do it. Yes, I will be.
Throws himself on. Yeah.
Towel.
Yeah. He will hold out one of his draconic arms. Tyraxus has claws. It's difficult to tie a knot. But Gaius can tie the badge around one of his forelegs.
Force-master. Yeah, and then they will unpack the anvil and put it over by Malignith. And, and then they have like ritual books and packages of various reagents and such. They've brought to Varistrix.
Do you know how hard it was to find a proper hard surface in this muddy valley?
Tyraxus eyes the anvil very suspiciously. That thing is going to be moved far away from this tower.
Oh, it will be moved repeatedly until it finds the perfect.
Oh no.
It's
going to be 10 days of this anvil being pushed around.
Looks to the sky and says, I would request a guide. She looks to one of the dwarves, any other sort of gestures, and two of them go like here. Guys, if there's nothing else, then I would rather like to get to this system and take a look before it begins to rain or get too cold.
Tyraxus nods.
It is finally at that point Verdolith, the fat dragon, her green head peering curiously, wondering how to play with the prey and pawn, says, "There will be assistance provided in repairing the broken system which has flooded the promised passage," almost like with an eye roll. "Labor from the nearby Nathlin Monastery has been secured by us to ensure that bodies are had."
Looks over. That is good. More bodies means faster work.
With that, I will be traveling with you all as well, as I shall inform the monastery's head that it is time.
Chiefs of Curtinantis, that would be lovely.
Maligna sort of looks towards the dwarf, then to his anvil. The dwarfs again. Wants to come as well, but he can't leave his precious behind.
I think if they're going to scope it out, Varistrix would like to come along because he does know what's under it, and he does love caves. And I feel
I don't think they're going to have the thing drained in 5 minutes.
No. But more offering his superior advice, of course.
Yeah, so superior that we needed them to do it.
Well, my mind isn't as good as my claws, but...
But Varistrix is a purple dragon. He knows caves. He can.
I know. I am caves.
Yeah.
Caves are me.
That's right.
He just doesn't know elevators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He flies. He doesn't need an elevator.
Yeah.
Stay behind as the others.
More here for ease.
Though if Verdolith is going too, the two supposed to be guides will also stay behind. They're not really.
Right. Vertilith will follow insofar as until she separates to go contact the monastery. So it's up to Veristrix.
Yeah, I will follow them to the passage itself.
You won't lead them astray.
No.
Into the swamps.
So if they're looking for a place to set up camp though, and they don't want to do it in the carved cavern, then that Thayan excavation site may end up being of some value for them.
That is indeed where they will stay, given that there isn't enough room really.
Yeah.
Passageway to.
But yes, that passageway. There, there may be something there. Who knows? So Veristrix would like to protect the assets they have and come with.
Oh.
Sure.
Just mean anything.
It's not like I like them or anything. I mean, I appreciate it. These dwarves are prized assets.
And if the payment they're asking for is to claim some sort of long lost dwarven home, how could that? That's not gold. Sure, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
How has a dwarven stronghold ever threatened a dragon? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It gives Veristrix the opportunity to learn how exactly they do their stuff, so that if he's starting to expand his own lair later, he can.
I mean, it's probably a decent, like a decent base of operations, if nothing else.
Learn those dwarven surveying techniques.
They'll make their way over there in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
To several hours actually, at like dusk.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably set up by the Thayan excavation site to set up their camp there before they explore it tomorrow. Not flying is actually pretty slow. Something you might forget now that you can fly around the valley.
Yeah, it is.
Doing all the trekking and up and down and walking and swapping.
But Veristrix doesn't care. He has his new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His rituals to look at.
Renila will join Chilbaxos here.
Yep.
That's the.
How do Gaius and Tiberius feel now that Runella is back? How is the pecking order shifted?
But they will start by trying to lord over her, but she doesn't. She defers to Chilbaxos when something needs.
No, they don't.
Doesn't take order from them.
No, she shouldn't. She's the first servant, and that has some gravitas. Even though Gaius and Tiberius are, they're very good at what they do, but they're more the military branch,
She certainly is more an administrator than a fighter.
Yes, my seneschal.
Oh.
My major domo.
My first servant is Bob.
The bloody man, the bloody dude with the sword, yeah. Well.
Veristrix's first servant is all of us.
We just don't know it yet.
We're all pawns in the game.
Yeah.
Tyraxos would, ask for a short version of her, what she did, and how it went, and specifically what she promised these other dwarves. What promises has she made to make them come here? Because he imagines that
that mostly that Tyraxos is like a fair. You can make a fair deal.
Yeah.
And that he doesn't go back on his word.
Well.
And basically trying to convince people that what it looked like wasn't as terrible as it seemed. Because she did come home late without a lot of her people, with half of the cargo, and looking like a mess.
Yeah.
It was hard to get to talk to people.
Might have been hard to convince people to come along, but this clan mother was like, fuck it, and if you're lying to me, well,
we'll fuck up a dragon, then that's that.
All right. Well, that's fine. Tyraxos can work with this.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
No, the clan is their clan is well enough known. The Steel Grip clan. It's small. She's mostly the founder of it, or her steel grip.
Yeah.
You see. But she's had enough kids at this point that they sort of spread out a lot, following the Gold Dwarven tradition of, well, mostly getting twins or more at one time, and then the kids usually spread out across the winds to explore and settle new regions and such.
Right.
That is their mission from their god, after all.
It's quite the mission.
Yeah. Have a bunch of kids and spread them around.
Yeah, that's.
As it turns out.
Sounds almost, yeah. Like I've heard that before somewhere.
They also kill aberrations and horrible monsters from beyond the stars. That's also something they do.
Seems fine.
Not a fan of those things.
Will it take any further interaction with the Nathlin Monastery to nudge like them to fulfill their end of the bargain?
No, they generally, if what you do is come knocking,
as
especially with
Vertolith
our
does.
dwarves, it's gonna be a yes. They'll be set there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then
Awesome.
Master Hiji will note that he would prefer not to be visited by a host of dwarves. Unless
Vertolith assumed as much. Like, she understands like the desire for privacy, which is why she came herself with her big head knock.
That's all fully acceptable. He will note that he enjoys the relationship he has with Vertolith. It is exactly what he needs in someone.
Yeah, and Vertolith
mutual assistance and
staying the fuck away from each other.
And like not, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Vertolith's got no problems. Like, she had to exert so much effort to get here, but it's perfectly fine. She'll fly away, assuming the work is done. It better be.
Yeah, his opinion is like, yes, you would be invited in, but we both know that I don't really want you to come in. So
and like we both know that I really want to stay. So
it's not. We'll pretend that they're. Yeah, but
let's just skip the pleasantries. Yeah, it's great. Vertolith does enjoy that kind of relationship. Damn creepy, shadowy bastard.
Yeah, there's always gloom in there, no matter how light the day is outside.
She remembers what happened when she dropped that eagle body in there to like convey the message, and what happened. She dropped the eagle body. That's why she always wants to use the door here in the future instead of.
Yeah, the big trees are going to cover most of the courtyard, and even the stuff that isn't covered is still shadowed by it somehow.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Have the young people there slaving away.
Vertolith would probably fly back to her pipe at that point, probably to the tower. It's so close by.
Yeah.
Out of character, for future schemes of how we might want to go about enacting our goals, guys.
Yes.
What I'm thinking of as we for next session thinking. I thought about this during the session. If we're going to do a cattle raid on on the Serpentine Earl to fetch some slaves, which is what Valky desired, then I think we should make a pit stop for the Harpies and basically not have them ally, but basically say, hey, we're going to go do this. So if you want any food or if you want to take advantage of an opportunity, go for
ahead.
it.
Yeah.
Because this is happening.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
That makes sense.
The Harpies are excellent Harrier units. They.
Yeah, persistent Harriers. I can relate to that.
That's their name of their adventuring party.
The persistent Harriers. Yeah.
It's the name of their band. My band now. Yes.
Yeah, it is a great name.
We just never stop. We just keep.
But I figure they might want vengeance after ogres have basically thrown them on spits and fucking treated them like travel snacks and.
Yep.
Just to let them know, Vertolith has conveyed nonverbal messages to them, but that seems an appropriate way to say, hey, what's up?
Yep.
Yeah.
So then next session we can have ourselves some diplomatic interaction and then do our cattle raid.
Renila will also mention to Tolraxos that yes, actually, the clan mother did raise the boar.
Excellent.
Boris.
No, get out.
Oh,
It's
well,
over.
Good at raising, not good at names. That's okay.
You both ran a campaign with someone called Barnabas that was a bear, so this is perfectly in line with that.
Except you like the name.
Different universe.
I like
exactly.
Boris. I like Boris. That's great.
Can't believe you tacked my character's name over a boar.
I like them both.
Just go down the book of grudges.
They have wronged us. Tyraxus will definitely inquire of the clan mother how to erase our burlets.
Oh, just do like children.
Yes.
Tell me more about children.
Yes. What is this concept I've heard about?
Small creatures.
So when you create your spawn, how does it?
Where do the eggs come out
She will tell you.
I bet she
does not need to.
She's not. She's
Put
not
fingers in
approved.
between.
Yeah.
She's at 16 kids.
Yeah. Maybe
Who
she
knows
can,
counting? So
maybe she can inspect the hobgoblins and see what's wrong. You know.
they're butt ugly. That's what's wrong, and nobody wants to have kids with them.
Oh. Tyraxus hasn't considered that particular problem. He doesn't quite understand. Although
She just looks great all the time. So
Beyond that, why hobgoblins when you can have dwarves?
I mean, that's a compelling case.
Can you still have children, clan mother?
The best way to get more dwarves is to get a city. They will come.
All right. Then again, Tyraxus thinks at the back of his mind, there's something there about being a bit wary of a dwarven city because he has a feeling he can't bully it around.
It's not like she's going to be digging, so if he wants her to raise an owl bearlet of 2, she'll give it a try.
All right, that sounds excellent.
Sure. Bob will be very enthusiastic until Tiberius suggested he should be sent with them, since they probably bonded to him, and that would
no!
Appreciate
Tyraxus thinks that this is very wise.
No. Bob is staying. Bob will stay.
You suggested.
Bob is mine after all.
He will stay.
Is this Valignif informed Tyraxus that Bob is his?
Yep, Tyraxus blinks and doesn't really. He isn't aware of this arrangement. He looks at Bob.
You don't have to be.
Bob is the sorriest of the lot, after all. Fine. Tyraxus is fine with Val. You have to give Valignus something, maybe he can put Bob on the anvil or something, Maybe that will placate him for a few weeks until Bob breaks.
Bob can certainly go home with with where?
Yeah, that's something that Valignif does need to hammer out. Where does Valignif go?
I guess.
I mean, the anvils here carrying around would be a nuisance.
Does Tyraxus give Valignif a hard no? You can't stay here.
Squints at the anvil. Says that if he's gonna work at the anvil or with the anvil, it shouldn't be here where he can hear it. Maybe he can find a cave or like something outside of the tower where he can hammer that thing, because it is a lot of racket.
Veristrix would permit, as long as he would make stuff for Veristrix.
I mean, the anvil there will slowly sink into the floor.
It's
I
I need hard ground. I need it to not be cold. And this place...
What about the ancient quarry?
Ancient quarry, big, flattened area. Hardened ground used to cut out minerals. Raised up a fair bit. It's where you would have to go up to get to the tower. a suitable place, it has been suggested for some permanent construction, given that it's fairly sheltered from wind, has a good view of the valley, is very defensible, and, well, it doesn't take too long to get anywhere. The only problem is that it's just a flat piece of land right now.
It's not really suitable yet.
It's potential.
Well,
Yeah, I think we marked it as like this could be a good place for...
Right.
Yeah.
But the anvil's never sinking into the ground there. It's high up, it's dusty. I'm not saying that Velignev has to, like, love the place, but it's a place where you can actually set the anvil that it's sinking to the ground.
You can put it to
Or annoying anyone, and it's high up. And if he wants to do building out there, like, the fucking quarry... If he's not set...
Then his place would just be a flat plain with a single lone anvil standing in it.
Bob can take one of the tents and set it up so he can live there in a tent.
Like, this is what happens when the super picky and petulant red dragon, vainglorious and powerful though it may be, is like, nah, these places are good enough for me to live. Well, all the other dragons have found places that they've moved into. Your anvil can't be in the muddy caves. Tilraxis doesn't want you there. Vertilif's like, lol, no. That fucking anvil echoing through the pipe. Should throw that shit away.
He doesn't have to claim a place yet, but I mean, he'll always stick it in Burgle's old camp until he's found a better place, if that's the design.
Actually, he's just gonna follow the dwarves to the Promised Passage.
Alright.
He'll take his anvil with him.
Sure. You can put it in the Thayan excavation site.
Yeah, sure.
Basically set up a couple tents, make a fire.
He's interested in this dwarven stronghold as well.
Burn piles of rotting bodies that they didn't expect were here. No one mentioned it. But sure, he can be on the move.
Now he can be the one to carry his anvil.
Yeah.
Will he bring Bob with him?
Yeah. Bob, you're coming.
So Bob will be with the Owlbearlets anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Such is life.
Grandmother's currently crocheting a blanket for the Owlbearlets,
Oh, that's adorable.
That is adorable. I'd love to make little stockings for them to swaddle their bodies inside.
Exactly. We're gonna wrap them up. And just put food in their mouth. And,
Man, it's been a long time since I used a hand loom. Now I'm thinking making that.
Bring my loom, please.
Yeah. Card some wool into thread. Mm-hmm. Great. I reckon this is a natural stopping point.
I think so. It was the next thing you want to do. You're all rested. You're all back up. You have an idea of what you want to do. Raid slaves. You need people, sounds like.
Or just want to have fun, entertain ourselves.
More bodies for the piles.
Velignev is going to build out of flesh and sinew.
On this anvil.
Yes.
Meat sea dragon.
Ugh.
Yes. Vicissitude, their bones.
Yes, vicissitude. What's the name of the clan? Tzimisce? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Manaki said, Tzimisce.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Place for Velignev is oddly difficult. It needs to be a cave that is dry.
Yes.
Well, there are dry caves, but they're just not good enough for this red dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly two dry caves in both Burgles and the Old Tomb are very, very dry.
Yeah, the Old Tomb might not be that bad after all. I'm just so curious to see what's in the Promised Passage that I don't want to settle down before we find out.
Sure.
And it's so close now.
But you can move even if you settle down.
Those volcanic plains entice you.
Yeah, that too.
There's no guarantee that these dwarves are going to fix this pumping system and drain the water before Gaffel's current reincarnation kicks the bucket.
Certainly true.
That is true. I guess I'll ask them like the next session how long they expect to take.
A while. There's a lot of water in there, and also seems like there's like bad things in the water.
Of course they are.
I need to start digging. I've realized, like, the problem is that I can dig something out up in the eagle nest, but none of my minions can get up there. So, you know.
Maybe the quarry site can end up being the compromise for Tilraxos then.
Yeah, it might be.
The minions can actually reach it.
It's true.
Blue dragons are great at digging.
Yes, and with some dwarves and some pickaxes and stuff, maybe it's actually pretty good.
It's super high up, but also obviously is traversable by creatures as opposed to the damn eagle nest.
Yeah, he could build something into the mountain there, like it is right on the mountainside.
And if you're worried about the tower still being an eyesore, then you knock that fucker down.
It's true. Yeah, thinking more of an Isengard theme. Rip it all down. Fires. Yeah, maybe I should move and inspect the quarry a bit closer.
I mean, it's not like you're losing a roof anyway.
It's true. And I would like a cave. I can dig something out. Yeah, I suppose that would be a future operation. Inspect the quarry more closely.
All right, session over. We defeated 2 owlbears.
Yeah.
And we got to see the culmination of the people we sent out several sessions ago.
Yep, very happy that our dwarves held their word.
You got your magic item, and
yep, I'm gonna be a bullet now. I'm gonna zip to and fro.
Verstrix is now the means to secure his temporary lair with an alarm system.
Nice.
And brew potions, actually, by the way.
We should...
You killed and subjugated owlbears.
Yeah, yes.
Completing a goal. You abandoned another goal.
That's when Manaki tells us about the huge experience point penalty. It's like for abandoning a goal.
-5.
You lose 2 levels. and all heroes gain 2 levels as well. So learn of your failure.
No. But each of you for the session will get 450 XP, which will put you at 7,642. Which I believe should make you
level 6.
Good.
Yeah, we weren't too far from it to begin with.
That is an interesting point because I can now use the excavation ritual, which means I can start digging.
That seems really relevant, actually.
Yes, but also costly. So. Yeah.
We don't have too much money, unfortunately.
We must pay everything, and will never have enough money. We must pay everything in blood magic. Like, if we can trade, like, the blood of sentient creatures.
Can we pay the iron price?
This is when we can start that trade route tax.
In blood.
Yeah.
That's right. Level 6 is a utility power as well as feat.
Oh,
it's halfway through adventure tier.
Yeah.
Utility power.
Yep, a utility power. Of course, you can take something in your class. You can take like something like a skill power. You can do what I'm going to do is I'm going to take something in my class and then use the feat on a skill power.
How about a interrupt +2 power bonus to both me and an ally's defense for free?
That's pretty nice.
That's pretty good.
No.
Let's see here. Let me
interrupt parties.
Yes.
Cool.
Interrupt.
Utility.
Oh, it's you and each ally included as a target of the attack. Okay, so it's not just 2. It's anyone who gets hit by it.
Yes, I am See if my character builder sort of got a stroke mid-session here, so I'm trying to get it to load up again.
Spin it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I know, it
that
started
happens.
updating, it shouldn't, but now everything is broken. But I'll see if I can...
I had a problem with that as well. I just started using it on my old computer. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck this. Just removed it from this computer.
It's weird.
As a reminder, as a note for folks watching the stream, this isn't a reminder, we will not be having a session on May the 17th. That is in 2 weeks from now.
Yes.
Manaki is going on another grand adventure.
Yes, bats this time.
Bats.
That's
Bats.
cool.
Gotta have these CTS points done.
Gotta get these bats.
Well, it'll be my last course though.
Oh, nice.
Just on my masters. So.
And then what Manaki will do is another campaign unto itself.
Yes.
Oh, they will learn.
Yes, halfway through Adventurer tier, getting closer and closer to being paragons. If we survive. Which we may not. If we fight more owlbears.
Let's never fight owlbears
You know what they
again.
say. Adventurer, you're locally known. Certainly in the valley, you're fairly well known.
Yeah.
And also at this point, word of your existence is spreading out to the Wyrms Hamlet and to Elm, the adventuring town. You know, people know you attempted to recruit you for the Red Banner. There's dwarves that have been talking of dragons, and you know, the word spread. Paragon, that level you're supposed to be known a bit of a wider range throughout the tier. To the point where the Dragon Coast should begin to pay attention to you. Epic, of course. Point where everyone might begin to pay attention to you.
At Epic, we're like, yeah.
We even know.
Then we're in business.
Almost seems fitting that a crowning moment along this way should be dealing with the Serpentine Earl in some fashion. That's how they will learn of us.
He needs to...
He's a giant. Got like 2 more giants. Ogres.
I know,
Dwarves and
3
humans.
giants?
Wow, damn.
What can familiars do for you at 4E?
Well, all you have to do is look at Thazar, the Thayan apprentice. He had a familiar. What'd that do for him?
Yeah.
Pseudo dragon.
Pseudo dragon. Wouldn't that be to have like... I don't know.
Oraxus would have to ask how you got it. How'd you... Wow.
It's just me and small.
Yeah, and stupid.
It's always existed. You just haven't seen it until
Oh,
now.
it's just a hideous, like... Yeah, it's a hideous...
One that
I can have...
tumor familiar.
Yeah, oh.
Oh no.
a book imp.
So, I for my utility power, the power I looked at the very beginning of the game, which I thought was really interesting because, yeah, that's totally the character. Like, until the end of the encounter, whenever the target takes damage, you can use an immediate interrupt to take the damage in the target's place.
Oh.
I no longer want to take that power.
No, you should.
Because
You have,
I take enough damage.
You take plenty of damage.
That is... It would be really good otherwise.
I don't know who among the 4 of us has taken the most damage. I feel after getting action pointed into another bite. That hurt.
He didn't spend it because it was blind, so suddenly it had someone in his mouth to do it with.
A friend. So,
Yes, friend.
I have 3 different powers I'm looking at, and maybe you guys can offer some sage advice here. What do you think is more power?
How you feeling about the game thus far? 12 sessions in, Manaki.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. It's we have dragons as players, and that's I feel like that is working out. There goes a lot of work into the campaign, a lot of thoughts, a lot of things going on. But that's good. I have something to pour my energy into. I'm only DMing 2 games. Oh well, 3. But so that's good. Somewhere too.
All right.
managing to. What do you guys think? Are you having fun?
Yeah.
That's good. 4th edition is a good system. I like it. I think it's the right system for what we're doing, definitely.
Yes.
I'm enjoying myself, but all right. We've had some ebbs and flows. We have some intense combat moments, and then some not really combat moments. We also have clear designs of signs of inner conflict, the seeds of dissension that will surely grow between us dragons, because like we all are individually gonna want to do things that the others are not gonna want to do, or even against doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's I want to go down the hole. No, there's nothing down the hole. I want to use the anvil here. No one wants you to be here.
Yeah. If you hit that anvil in my presence, I will
throw it off the cliff.
Yeah, throw it off a cliff. And
I will order all of these archers to not shoot you, because that would hurt me. But
yeah, it's the tenuous thing that's holding all of this together.
I would take the encounter, because that will always be useful. Although, I didn't see the Wrath of the Gods. Actually,
I like Wrath of the Gods.
The Wrath of the Gods.
Yeah, Wrath of Tyraxos.
That actually is +5 to anyone in.
Well, the modifier is not correct here. I'm just clipping this because my character thing is broken. So
then what is your actual bonus? Less than that.
+3 is my charisma modifier. It's gonna increase at level 8 though to +4.
I have a. All of those use minor actions, so it's not that. You have plenty of things that you do with your minor actions already. Shield of Discipline would have great value if you feel as if that damage resistance is how many times you get targeted versus sheep or myself.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm fairly sturdy. I would get what would be a resistance 5 to damage, which is not bad, but it's only my next turn.
Yeah, that turns you into a situation where you know you're going to take the brunt. If you have to front for something, how Valignif held that passageway against that solid single owlbear.
Yeah.
If you know that, all right, I'm getting fucked here.
Yeah. Yes. While blessed weapon is good, but it's when you fight undead, that thing is just wrecks.
You already destroy undead anyway, especially zombies. So I don't think blessed weapon is very appropriate for you.
The crit range is amazing, but but Wrath of the Gods, Unichaline Burst, that's it's end until the end of the encounter.
Yeah, that's not just a you thing that doesn't scale inherently the best for you, but for me, since my at wills are just going to deal 1d10 damage until the end of time. If I get +5 on top of that,
yep, I know, and we are fairly it's someone is fairly close to me most of the time, so the close one burst is a bit limiting. But
since 3 of us are melee dragons,
yes, I feel like would be easy for us to get used to, and it affects me as well.
That seems good. Not amazing, but good. What is it? It's a daily.
It's a daily, daily utility.
What is your strength mod? It's +4, right?
+4 or it's 19, so +4.
Yeah, +4 strength and +3 charisma mod.
Yep.
For him.
And
I personally would go for the Shield of Discipline, definitely. That's basically going to heal you for at least 4 points per encounter.
I think of it as Tilraxis is more of a wrath attacker than as a Shield of Discipline person, although it does have discipline in the name.
Yeah.
It gives you a utility of if you know that you're going to be holding a front line and want to do that, but Tilraxis' typical way of handling something is to beat it till it dies.
Yeah.
That's true. The best way to stop yourself from losing hit points is to kill all the enemies.
Yes. And usually
it's worth noting, the DM coming with a bit of wisdom here. because using things, taking things you get to use a lot is probably more fun.
Mhm.
A lot of the things you're currently dealing with, at least that you're I think you're planning to deal with, meaning ogres, giants, a lot of them are brutes, which means that they have a lot of hit points, generally low defenses, high damage, but also not a great to hit. Look at the owlbears, for example. You can punch them a lot, and they can take a lot of damage. They don't hit super well, but they can do great damage when they do hit. Might be more of those in the future, right? That's why you want the high damage.
Yeah. It's just.
But also where the resistance would be useful technically.
Yeah. Like we've faced a number of enemies that do double attacks.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to believe that won't happen more of in the future. Shield of Discipline's also an encounter, whereas Wrath of the Gods, you gotta wait a full 10-day long rest.
Yeah. But the Wrath of the Gods, it's potentially it's a force multiplier of great. Like, there's
not just for you, but for
in it.
any allies, like minions who may be around.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course us.
Alright, well, it's between Shield of Discipline and Wrath of the Gods. I will think it over a bit.
Yes, you have a week.
Yeah.
I basically have a choice between the two endurance utility powers because I don't think the Rune Priest ones are actually good. One would benefit everyone except me. Yeah, Inspiring Fortitude gives everyone like 13 temp hit points, which is a lot, but doesn't get me anything. Whereas Endure Pain I can use to prevent a lot of damage coming towards me.
I really like Inspiring Fortitude.
Yeah, it's like use that Close Burst 5 is easy.
Yeah, you give a free second wind to everyone.
Oh yeah, I use that feat. It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. If you have, I use it on an Ardent. They have certain synergies with Second Wind, but yeah, that is a very good utility to have. Because not only do you get your defense bonus, but you also technically are healing people in a sense. But you're
yeah, it's definitely a preemptive heal.
If your thought is between those two, I don't think it's a choice. Like, Endure Pain does help you with action economy, but Inspiring Fortitude does the things that you're looking to do anyway, Sheep.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a very Valignith way to heal people, Bailey. Oh,
Yeah.
look at Valignith. He's not even hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That must, if he can do it, then I can do it.
And the fact that it does allow you to use your second wind, is pretty nice along with it. You're gonna use it anyway.
I was also thinking that Tilraxos is someone that hits really hard, but you also have to hit. So I was thinking of getting this, so that if you do miss, because you do target AC a lot, right?
I do. That's most what I target.
So if I can turn your targeting AC into targeting reflex instead,
yes,
it might make you hit.
That would probably make me hit. Yeah.
And it's an encounter, so I can use it a lot. It's an immediate interrupt, so I can use it whenever I want, and it's a close first 10, so it's practically going to work wherever I am, usually.
I like it.
So I think I might take that. And it works for everyone.
And it works very well for your character as well. You see Burstrix's eyes sort of slit a little bit. It's like, no, that you didn't just miss.
Hand wasn't there a second ago, but now it is, and now he's hurt. Oh god!
You swing, and you realize that you're gonna miss, but then there's a nudge.
Yeah.
And on your swing to make you hit.
Since everyone is sharing theirs, the power I'm picking up from Battle Mind, and I do plan on taking a feat to take a skill power, is this. I don't think there's a contest. It's how I'm playing this character. Psionic Ambush. Range 10, one creature marked by me. As a move action, I teleport to them, and I get combat advantage against them until the end of my turn.
That's amazing.
So even if they somehow shimmy away from me, if they're still within 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I like that. Manaki through the owlbears were outraged at this bullshittery of not getting rid of you.
They were
I do like
outraged.
how Verdliff, the self-described bulkiest character of the group, is also the most mobile by far.
She's corpulent, and it's through the sheer psionic power of her body. She wills it to be so, and so it is.
It's yeah, I like it. It's a very, very mobile defender for sure.
No one expects this fucking Reverend Mother Dragon Godmother to just fucking blitz through the air and just phase out of reality.
You better watch it. She's as a whippet when she gets to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting.
Do you need to pick the feat to get a skill utility power?
Or no, you don't have to, but you have to take the skill utility power in place of level 6. You're getting a utility power. You can take something from your class, or you can take a skill power. I want both, so I want my class power and a skill power.
No, level.
What's your skill power that you're taking?
It's gonna be Green Dragon bullshit. So I can fucking talk people's heads off and make them fucking spin.
There was an interesting one where I could use my insight, and if any ally near me fails bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate, I can be like, "Hey, what you're about to say is gonna go wrong. Reroll your skills check."
Yeah, holds up a claw. It's like, nope.
More of a mental hey, no, say this instead.
Yeah, I looked at that and considered it, but I need more survivability and the endurance one.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you pitch it like that, Valky, I'd outright refuse the assistance. I ain't fucking rerolling shit. You can go fuck yourself.
Well, that's just rude.
I'm also multi-classing into a fighter this level. And I'm picking the multiclass feat from Martial Power 2, which is way better than me marking someone. It instead gives me 10 hit points equal to my con modifier when I'm hit by a melee attack once per turn. So that's probably gonna come up a lot.
Yeah. Now you count as being a fighter.
Yeah. Important for level 10.
Yes.
11 really.
11, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down the grim Blackguard. Most steep myself in darkness and cold.
Yes. At what point are you gonna want us to have the comprehensive files and folders detailing what our Paragon path is gonna be and how we're getting there, Manaki?
I mean, if you have the thoughts, then sooner is better than later. Ideally, when we get to level 7, then it begins to be now the signs of what's gonna go on is gonna have to happen. I mean, in the late third of Paragon, we still got a bit.
Okay.
But ideally, I mean,
okay.
When you can.
Yep.
Because the kind of you guys are the main characters, and
what?
Yeah.
I thought we were telling Gaius' story. Or Tiberius' story.
That's a bonus episode.
Took a feat. He's been a bootlicking now.
To Dragon Coast, a hobgoblin story.
Yeah.
Bootlicking proficiency.
It's preparing for next level when dragons get boots.
Yeah. Dragon boots.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
So actually, put some red vein boots on him.
It's very stylish. Well, I'm gonna head off to bed.
I am going to be doing that too.
Okay. Well,
sounds reasonable.
Thank you for session, guys. It was enjoyable.
Yep.
And
session.
Yeah, session. And thanks everyone for watching. And we'll see you next week.
Take care of your owlbear lads, everyone.
Hooger.
See ya.